starts at midnight. The player with the highest hand wins $1,000 every 20 minutes. That's right, $1,000 every 20 minutes. Fast-paced action, huge hands, and even bigger payouts make Power Hours the place to be. Mark your calendar now and get ready to win at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Club. That's Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Club.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Although it's April, please don't be fooled. There could be lurking issues in your body that you have no idea exist. And here's the cool thing. Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan can tell you what those things are. That's right. That's called being proactive, not reactive. And that could save your life. And when you consider that 1 out of 3 people will die of a heart attack, and in 30 to 40% of those cases, the very first symptom is sudden death, it makes this a no-brainer. Get that peace of mind through prevention like I did, like my in-laws did, and like so many people in Central Florida have done. Go to Life Imaging FLA, get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and it could not be easier to make your appointment. Simply pick up your phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That is it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Then make that appointment and change your long-term outlook for your long-term health. You have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
At Florida Prepaid, we're here for all the grinders, the go-getters, the gifted, the talented, the unique, the spirited. We're here for the well-to-do, the just getting started, the budgeters, the big spenders, and everyone in between. Because we believe that every child deserves higher education, and our goal is to help families save for it by making it simpler and more affordable than ever before. So every child has the opportunity to shine. Plans start at just $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
When it comes to replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors. Because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Premier Men's Medical Center. 98% of patients see instant results. Call today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Happy. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Thursday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program set up for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Deb will do that around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour, it's Date Night Done Right with Danny Meyering. Our Colbert Core with our buddy Glenn Klausman. 5 o'clock hour, it's Trivia. Pride tickets, stick figure tickets, other cool stuff as well. Ended up with You Heard It Here First. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Plus 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000. And the third clue in the Search Your Ace Off contest coming in just a few minutes. Welcome to the program. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely, very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. That is how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Just send your comment to that number. We see it right here on our screen. You can check us out on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show, on X, just at Jim Colbert Show, and all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can find out all the cool stuff about us right there. Also, you can leave a talkback. Get that iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air. Happy, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword, HAPPY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Happy, guys. That is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win a faux show. How's it going today, guys? It was going great until about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
About 12:02 p.m.
Yeah.
So we have another school shooting, mass shooting, however you want to look at it. We're kind of getting information as we go, to be honest with you, as this stuff started pouring in, as news stations tried to race each other to win. The information has been everywhere. We've seen reported multiple deaths. We've seen one death. We've seen stations not reporting any deaths, just injuries.
Well, we're waiting for Tallahassee police to comment, but it's going to be hours. I mean, this happened at the Student Union, which is said to be a huge building on campus.
Yeah.
A shooting at FSU, but I hear there's going to be a press conference at 4 o'clock, and my latest sources have said 2 killed, 3 injured, plus the shooter.
Right, there's 2 shooters though, right? We've heard. We've heard a bunch. That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're saying.
It's hard to make any really, because I mean, here locally, there's a station that said, 5 dead, 4 injured, and then now no other station was saying that. Now I just saw one a minute ago say 1 dead, multiple injured.
Fox News actually also reported 5 dead, 6 injured, 2 shooters, 1 dead, 1 in custody.
There you go. So that's where we are now. We'll give you some more solid advice as soon as we get that in about an hour from Tallahassee.
Is that where the presser is coming from?
That's where I was told, yeah.
Okay.
And the governor will be there as well. Now, I also have a source who said 1 shooter, 2 guns.
Okay,
2 weapons.
Again, and we have ABC News on in the studio, and we are monitoring it as we go. We'll give you all the information we have. We know that there's a good possibility some people listening to our show right now have students, have kids up there at FSU. If you do, just stay tuned in. We'll give you all the pertinent information as we get it throughout the day. We will actually break content to bring you any breaking news on what's happened or any other information that you could use to make sure that you're informed on what's going on up there.
God bless you, because how nerve-wracking and how helpless do you feel as a parent who has a child at school there.
I have a little connection to this, to be honest with you, and thank God nothing severe happened. And I say that because the kid that was on campus with the fake gun was shot and killed by the officers. But when my children were in middle school, there was a kid on campus with an airsoft gun?
Yeah.
But he wouldn't tell the cops he had an airsoft gun. He was a troubled kid. My children knew who he was. He had a brother also that was in that same situation, and they locked that school down while my children were there with no access to get a hold of them. They did have these little phones, but they didn't. I don't think we ever got a chance to contact them.
Didn't they on that airsoft gun? Wasn't the orange like painted?
He broke it off.
He broke off the orange, so it looked like a real.
It looked like it looked like a 9mm, and they got him trapped in a bathroom. And I guess he raised the gun, and they shot him. And that was over in Seminole County. So it is nerve-wracking as a parent if you have kids out there and you don't have access. These kids up there are adults. My kids were younger. It's a little bit different, but it doesn't really matter. If you have a child up there, if the child's 10 or 30, it doesn't really matter. It's still your blood. And,
it's still your child.
Still super concerned about anything that's going on there. So of course we will always keep you guys informed. Like I said, we do have ABC News in here. Deb is on all of the wires throughout the entirety of the program. So if we hear anything that is pertinent to that situation in Tallahassee at FSU, we will gladly pass that on. What?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, good. 407-916-1041. Like I said, you could always text us at 77031. If you have any comments, you can certainly leave us a talk back regarding the scenario. That's easy. Like I said, go to the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio. You'll see that little microphone there, and you can send your comment over to Jack, and we'll get you on the air. For sure.
Superstar.
Okay, superstar. Right. All right. So we have some more clues for the Search Your Ace Off contest.
Oh, today's the meat.
Today it begins. Today it begins because, theoretically, if you are wise, or maybe not even that wise, maybe just a little clever, you may be able to see through this right here. You may be able to go get it this afternoon. You never know.
All right.
So you guys stay tuned. We'll repeat this at 5 o'clock. I know that people getting off work will hop in their cars and hopefully want to hear the next clue. Remember, this is for a large Big Green Egg, courtesy of our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware, along with all the great accessories, about a $1,500 package. Ray Trunley goes in and throws in $2,500 in family estate planning over at his law firm, TK Law, which is, of course, we know Ray. Ray's the greatest guy.
God bless you, Ray.
God bless you, Ray. And then, of course, I'm throwing in a package from our friends over at Corona Cigar, which includes a box of cigars, a cutter lighter, and an ashtray. That'll come in there as well. So it is like about a $4,000 package altogether, and it is right now currently hidden in Orlando, Florida somewhere. All right,
$4,000 and covered in duct tape. Nothing says Florida like a $4,000 prize covered in duct tape.
That's right, exactly. So I'm gonna read all three stanzas.
All right,
and then I'll read the last one, which is the one that we're debuting today a couple times so people can get it. And if you want to see this, Jack, is it up online right now?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Jack is doing it as we speak.
2 minutes.
So here we go. A hearty welcome to all that dare heed the call of a treasure that will be sure to please. A $1,000 grill, a box of cigars, and a will awaits if you decipher this tease. It's on public land, so you won't need to stand on anyone's property or place. You don't need to swim or climb, but some digging may be fine to lift it from its space. In Orlando there lies a special place with deep ties to the city for which we can be proud, with a jaunty grin and a steely nerve within, a feat sure to please any crowd.
I don't know.
That is your latest clue. In Orlando there lies a special place with deep ties to the city for which we can be proud, with a jaunty grin and a steady nerve within, a feat sure to please any crowd. That's your clue.
All right, people.
Pair it together.
Put it into ChatGPT.
Give Jack about 30 more seconds.
It's up.
Give Jack no more seconds.
Right.
If you go to JimColbertLive.com, it is up there right now. And where else, Jack?
That's it. I'm putting a link, though, right now on our Instagram story so they can go right to the site.
Very nice.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
I don't know. What do you, well, no, I don't want to ask you.
No, what?
Well, what parts of that clue do you think someone will?
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
there's no way that I could.
You can't ask him.
Now I have to shut up.
Yeah, because he made the connection. So
right, yeah. Now I have to shut up.
Unless you're trying to destroy it, then let's pepper him all day with questions.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, I think this stanza is the most elusive as to where it could be located.
The next one, tomorrow's will definitely, and I know I've said this all week, but that truthfully, as we roll this thing out, trying to get as much for our clients as we possibly can.
Right.
That way it's fair for everybody. Tomorrow's, I think, will be the defining clue.
So let me say something about tomorrow's clue. Tomorrow's clue is the length of the previous three clues.
Yeah. Tomorrow's clue is the dump of the remaining clues.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But you got to remember, the last two stanzas. One is a thank you. The other one is what you got to do. Tomorrow's will be the one that where you really do get the information that is going to separate it. So I would plan, if I were you guys, that Saturday, after hearing the clue, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, which will of course be Friday, you can knock off work and go do it, but make some plans on Saturday to kind of be around the city and see what you guys can do.
Yeah, just tell the family, screw you, man. It's a big green egg.
Exactly. Yeah. Weather's going to be great, but it doesn't matter. You got to find that egg.
You want a $1,500 grill to, for your
That's
summer?
what I'm saying. That's what you tell it. Hey, you could turn it into a family game.
How about
really
this?
the family benefits with the estate planning package? You make sure everything's in the right place.
It sounds like we know someone who's going to be searching their ace off.
So here you go, man.
I wish I could.
I know, man.
I do.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
You don't know where. Unless either.
I don't know where it is. I just have the rest of the poem, but I haven't.
Have you looked at it at all?
I put it in Chat GPT, and I sent you the results. That's all I did.
But you haven't studied on it to see if there's anything there. You haven't really.
Let me read it right now.
Okay.
So,
no.
in Orlando, there lies.
Yeah. I get it. Well, I hope you guys win it. Look, I think this is exciting. If I was a listener and somebody did something like this, I would be glued to the radio because I love stuff like this.
No, this is fantastic. I really love this promotion, and I'm sorry you forgot about it last year.
Yeah.
But
I did, for sure.
It's really your love for this type of thing that was the genesis for this.
It's the treasure hunt
and
in
it was
him.
the Forest Fens treasure hunt where we had this, and then since it's an egg, we connected it with Easter, and so we do it around Easter time.
And the funny thing is, all of this really spurns from my grandfather on my dad's side, because he was the one who got me into this whole junk finding old stuff that could have value, because he was kind of this guy. He did the flea market stuff. He would always look for those special things that were lying in places that no one was looking, that had some value that nobody thought was there. So I kind of like that. I don't know why. It stuck with me as a kid, and I've been fascinated with stuff like this all through my entire life.
Well, I can't imagine anyone is going to argue with you now because it comes with about $4,000 wrapped in duct tape.
Exactly. Well, we wish you the best. Again, JimColbertLive.com. It'll be up there. You can read the 3 existing clues tomorrow. We'll dump the rest of the information on you, and then you guys can go out there and do your very best to decipher it and find that great package courtesy of our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware and, of course, TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com. Deb, got some news for us?
Yeah, we're going to continue to cover the breaking story of several hurt after an active shooter at Florida State University. Also up in Tallahassee, a Hope, Florida official is resigning. Shocker. And the Mr. Beast experience, looking more like the Fire Festival.
No way, that guy?
Oh, we'll tell you why and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right, we'll take a little break here in a second. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Happy is your 3 o'clock keyword. That's HAPPY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with Deb's News and more of The Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a car stopped on the shoulder on State Road 408 eastbound near Hiawassee Road. A crash off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound at the beach line. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident where Magnolia Homes Road meets Maitland Boulevard. There's an accident on US 27 northbound before Bronson Highway there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Music Saved Me podcast.
I'm Lynn Hoffman, and lucky me, I get to host the Music Saved Me podcast, the podcast that explores the healing and transformative power of music. You can listen to the Music Saved Me podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Nickley Group. Man, real estate market trends, extremely local thing, which means your property here in Central Florida is in a bubble. I don't care what you hear about nationwide real estate issues here in Central Florida. Houses still selling for record prices. That's if you have the right team on, and of course that is the Nickley Group. If you're a buyer out there, these guys have inventory homes ready to go. They can find your house perfectly. They know this market better than anybody. And if you're a seller, they've got you covered as well, because they get about 6% more for your home than their competitors do, and they sell those homes twice as fast as their competitors. And when you factor in their VIP program, it really is almost unfair to other realtors. Free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. Hell, they even have a love it or leave it program that means if you're not satisfied with your purchase within the first 12 months, they will relist your house for free. And check this out. Let's say you don't want to deal with any of that. You just want to get your money and move on. fun. On their website, you can get a guaranteed cash offer for your home. No showings, no open houses, and you can close it in as little as 14 days. These guys don't play. If you want the best of the best, get with the Nickley Group. That way you can maximize the value of your biggest asset, that is your home. It's the Nickley Group. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess. Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
This is an ad for Roundup for Lawns. It kills weeds down to the root without harming your lawn. It works on crabgrass, dandelions, clover. It works on weeds with names you can't even pronounce. It's Roundup for Lawns. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Spring is here, and Tools Ace Hardware is here to help with 11 locations with STIHL outdoor power equipment. At Tools Ace Hardware, we service what we sell, which means you can bring in your STIHL equipment to our stores for any repairs or warranty issues. Tools Ace is open 7 days a week with 1 to 2 day turnaround times on repairs and better pricing on labor than our competitors. Stop by for a tune-up on your equipment or take advantage of spring savings on lawnmowers, grass trimmers, edgers, and more. Shop for outdoor power equipment in-store or online at acehardware.com. Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
My name's Michael Green. I'm a captain with the fire department.
When Captain Green went shopping for an engagement ring, he shopped dozens of jewelry stores, but he found the best price, the best quality, and the best service at International Diamond Center.
I probably wasn't the easiest customer. I was pretty picky, and those guys were completely patient. They helped me find exactly what I was looking for, and a huge help through the whole thing. Everything from when you walk to the door to, you know, all the help we got to the pricing and the quality of the diamond.
And the icing on the cake? IDC's extra 15% discount for first responders and military, people on the front lines of service.
Yeah, it's definitely not a career you get into to get rich. When it comes to those sorts of things, you know, we're kind of working off of a budget. But I've referred a few guys that work to the crew over there at International Diamond Center, and they've all been happy with it.
If you're a first responder, you'll always get the red carpet at IDC. White glove service, special financing, and a generous extra discount.
I had nothing but a wonderful experience with International Diamond Center. Really looked out for me and my family.
3 Orlando locations and always online at shopidc.com.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Let's make it easy breezy. RC Hill here. I'm making car buying easy again. You could drive a nice new car for just $3 down. Cause this month it's a breeze to get keys. So if your old ride blows, I'll pay you way over appraised value regardless of miles or condition. Plus save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. You could even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety pick and Yamaha stereo system. Or the new Mirage, voted best priced new car in America America starting at only $15.9. Even if you've heard no before, it could all blow over at RC Hill Mitsubishi. We work harder than anyone because we care. At RC Hill, we're all about affordability, so you could drive for just $3 down. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars, SUVs, trucks, and sports cars, and rates as low as 0%. But hurry, these pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill, 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $3 down. Require bank approval. Trade value up to 120% of KBP. Offer ends April 30, 2025.
The championship is back in the Bay for the first time in 40 years.
On the new limited podcast series, Dub Dynasty, we hear from head coach Steve Kerr on how Steph Curry almost never even joined the Warriors.
In fact, I thought we had a draft day deal to end up getting him to Phoenix.
For the entire behind-the-scenes story of Golden State's incredible 10-year run, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Dub Dynasty, and listen now.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Colbert crew.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
You know who? Your favorite tea back in Rockledge. Today we raised beer to National Haiku Day. So I took some time today and I wrote one. I'd gladly share it with you.
Do it.
So, you talk again. Like a fart in crowded rooms. Loud and unwelcomed. Have a good show, y'all.
Thanks.
Peace.
Did it just compare us to a fart?
I think so. It sounded like it.
No, it was a haiku. It had nothing to do with us.
A haiku.
Haiku.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Your 3 o'clock keyword is happy, H-A-P-P-Y.
Show title.
Can I tell you something? I hate that that's all talent.
Yeah.
I hate that that's all talent.
I'm already trying to figure out how to spell haiku.
Yeah.
Is it H-A-I-P-O-O?
I think so.
That's
Yep,
it, Jack.
there we
Come
go.
on, man.
It's a show
Everybody
title.
knows it.
Haiku
Everybody
on a
knows
Thursday
it.
afternoon.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right over there. We did drop the 3rd clue for the Search Your Ace Off contest at JimColbertLive.com. Go check it out. Jack is here as well, and Deb has your news. Let's get it.
It's time for JCS News. Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. We know at least one person has been confirmed dead with 6 others wounded after a shooting at Florida State University. President Trump says he's aware of the situation.
Fully briefed as to where we are right now. It's a shame. It's a horrible thing. Horrible that things like this take place.
Daniel Streety is a student there and heard the shots this afternoon.
Right outside my window, immediately I saw dozens of LEO, OWL, police, sheriff. Ambulance came a couple minutes later. I did see them carry out one student.
Now, we're, still waiting on a confirmed death toll. We do know, thanks to Jack, that there's supposed to be a press conference this afternoon at 4 o'clock in Tallahassee. Expect to get more concrete details, but reports of the active shooter started coming in around 12:02 p.m. As police absolutely swarmed the campus in Tallahassee. And because of the shooting situation, FSU has now canceled classes and sporting events for the rest of the day today.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's do some good news for once. This isn't actually, but a 13-year-old girl was found by police after being reported missing. We were really worried about Rachel Scott. She went missing in the area of Waymore Road on Tuesday. Her parents told police she was unfamiliar with the area. Police located Scott this morning in good health, but they wouldn't release any other details. So we don't know.
Right.
if she was found with someone.
Yeah,
if
just glad she was found. It doesn't
just
matter.
Found she was glad. Exactly.
13-year-old, very vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nonverbal autistic girl.
Yeah.
All right. The University of Central Florida is shutting down 2 fraternities over hazing. We had done this story earlier, a couple of weeks ago. An email was sent to by the university to the Greek communities regarding serious and disturbing allegations. Do you guys remember what these hazing allegations involved?
Man, they're all so similar, and they're almost always based around drinking or something that's kind of oddly...
And buttholes.
Yeah, I was going to say oddly gay, oddly focused around doing stuff to dudes' boobs.
No, I believe this one involved a Kia.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Hitting him. They were hitting him with the car.
They were hitting the pledges with the car.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
Oh, yeah. We had done the story because it was a sorority sister at like a nearby house who had called campus police and said,
they're bored with the drinking.
I think they're like hitting pledges with a car, and some guy apparently broke his leg, but there were no reports at hospitals. Their subsequent investigation, they couldn't find anybody willing to come forward and talk about what happened. UCF police had accusations presented against Sigma Chi and Delta Upsilon. Both fraternities are closing their UCF chapters following the investigation. The national organization is looking to see, if they're going to even be able to come back years down the road.
Wow, that's pretty severe.
Isn't that? I mean, come on.
They stepped it up.
I believe there was drinking and the car.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
So, allegedly. So they did cover their bases, Jimmy. I don't want you to think they left one out.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's important to be consistent.
It is.
The Florida House Education and Employment Committee today advanced a bill that removes employment restrictions on 16 and 17-year-olds. Representative Kim Kendall was in favor of teens being able to work more hours during the school week.
So for those reasons, like the Pages and the 14-year-old baggers and our homeschoolers, and having complete confidence in you, Rep. Miller, that this is not about working miners at the salt mines, I am in support of this and giving flexibility and more opportunities for our youth.
Well, those in opposition said House Bill 2025 prioritizes employment over education and could lead to the exploitation of minors.
There's really nothing more you can say about that. I think the bill reads poorly enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything else about it.
Well, didn't it make like the cover of Newsweek or something about...
You're going to allow 16-year-olds to work overnight shifts before school. I mean, I can't imagine how anybody doesn't see the problem in that, considering where we are in education in this state. I just can't imagine it would be the case. It's like almost doubling down on dumb.
New show title.
I was just about to say.
It's ridiculous.
Get rid of the high poo.
I'm for kids working. Every one of my kids worked as high school students. Every single one of them worked. But I couldn't. I'm about to send my kid out at 11 o'clock at night to work till 4 in the morning and then expect that child to have good school grades and be able to do anything else in school, like any extracurricular activities, any of the clubs, any athletics. It's so dumb. It's like almost not even worth wasting breath on. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, changes coming to the first
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I've wasted all the breath I've had. You can go on. Changes coming to the First Lady's Initiative. The Hope Florida Foundation Chair Joshua Hay opened the Board of Directors meeting acknowledging the resignation of board member and lobbyist Jake Farmer, whose participation was questioned during a state house hearing.
On behalf of the board, we thank Jake for his service to the foundation.
Not mentioned, the executive director's decision to step down. Eric Dellenbach's announcement coming a day after the program was put on the hot seat for steering $10 million of settlement money to dark money organizations. The Zoom meeting recessed after it was repeatedly interrupted by inappropriate videos and comments.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm trying to keep up with all of this.
Yeah, apparently. Got to be careful when you invite the public into those Zoom meetings, I guess. Dellenbach had been executive director for...
What, 6 months?
3 months.
Oh, there you go.
He tells the Times-Herald, hey, he already told his bosses last month that he accepted a job with Florida Family Voice to be its CEO, so take that.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I've already got a new gig.
Yeah, right.
Several counties across Central Florida continue facing fire concerns. Drought and high wind conditions have been the most persistent threats for spreading the flames. Burn bans remain in place for Volusia, Lake, and Polk counties. Orange just added themselves to the burn ban list yesterday as well. Brevard County currently has no ban, but fire crews battled a brush fire on Wednesday. The Florida Forest Service reports there are more than this many wildfires currently burning in Florida.
God, we did this the other day. You said the ones that had already done it. The number was so great I couldn't even imagine. I'll go. I'll guess. I'll go 85.
17.
70 points, Jimmy.
Wow, look at there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm way closer.
I had a 7 in my answer. And
Whatever,
it's 70.
Whatever drugs you're on, could you please during the break bring me all the what you have left? That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, the Florida Forest Service reports there are more than 70 wildfires currently burning in Florida, affecting over 3,000 acres.
Yeah.
Well,
It is crispy AF out there.
It is, my God. And I mean,
And
we're
there's
looking
no rain in sight.
not
nowhere.
for the next 7 to 10 days.
And the irony is just above us. I don't know if you noticed, just above us, just a little bit above us. Crazy out there, raining across the Midwest and,
Yep.
and
into the South.
Right.
Just not
making it down to us.
No, and we could really, really use it.
We're like 4 or 5 days of it.
Well, we know that part of who helps fight those fires are firefighters, and 9.5 times out of 10, they're true heroes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this guy.
There's always one rogue.
No, dude.
This guy's out the.
Oh, our next. This is our POS section of stories.
All right.
For
I'll
these
take my
next three.
glasses off, as not to steam them up, getting angry.
A Sarasota County firefighter is facing charges after allegedly stealing money from the body of a dead man during a service call. Ryan Hagenbuch is accused of taking $200 from the wallet of an unresponsive man at the Nokomis Inn and Suites motel last month. He reportedly told his partner that he should, quote, take a little bit of lunch money, end quote.
Oh, man.
Now, this is why I pulled this story, because this isn't a newbie who's just new on the job and, just...
Right.
This is a 15-year veteran. Imagine how many calls a 15-year veteran has gone on and has just grabbed a little bit of lunch money.
Yeah, man, that's sketch, man.
Arrested.
That's such a bad look. Like if you're in heaven and they're playing back your life,
you're gonna hide your face on that one.
You definitely want to turn around when this part of video plays. You're gonna be like, oh, but come on, hey, God, over there. Look at, oh God, burning plane.
You ever see that Albert Brooks movie, Defending Your Life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
brilliant.
That's one of those scenes that sticks with you. Is man, what kind of movie do I want to look back on? Well, the 15-year veteran was arrested and bonded out of jail on March 11th. He's due back in court next month after pleading not guilty to grand theft charges. This next guy, we're going to bury this guy under hell.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about Hell's Basement yet.
You'll be outside grabbing the shovel from my trunk when I'm
this.
done telling you this story. All right, a Seminole County man will spend the rest of his life behind bars for a deadly hit and run. Sanford's Michael Kraft was given five concurrent life sentences yesterday for killing 2 people. It happened 4 years ago on State Road 46 where Kraft hit a motorcyclist, did a U-turn, and mowed down the Good Samaritan who had helped to stop the victim.
The person helped to stop the person that was hit on the motorcycle.
On the motorcycle, and he did a U-turn.
This dude U's and then goes and runs that person over.
Yep.
What was the motive? Did they
meth? Yeah, he was ripped
Seriously?
on meth. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it says. He was high on meth. He's actually claiming insanity.
Oh.
Yeah, the 40-year-old
Tried to.
Kraft.
Okay, insanity. Now go to jail forever.
Right.
5 times over.
Right,
5 times over.
You can be insane over there too, right?
Yeah.
In jail.
The 40-year-old Kraft was convicted last month of DUI, manslaughter, vehicular homicide, and leaving the scene of a deadly crash. As Jimmy said, prosecutors with the Brevard Seminole State Attorney's Office said Kraft was high on meth. He had claimed insanity, but insanity means there is no judgment of good or bad.
Right,
and when you do a U-turn and mow down a Good Samaritan, you have just erased any possibility of there to be a claim of insanity.
Yeah, because the theory is he's wiping out the witness, right? The one witness is what it was. Yeah.
So he wouldn't get caught. All right, and then lastly, a man is charged with murder for a crash that killed his 3 passengers in Brevard County. The Brevard Seminole State Attorney's Office announced yesterday Sebastian's Vernon Hodges was indicted on 17 charges. We reported on this crash because this tied up traffic a lot. Last month's crash on I-95. Hodges was allegedly taunting a state trooper. He passed a state trooper, a sergeant, at 100 miles an hour, taunting him. Before he slammed into the back of a tow truck in Cocoa. As is so often and unfortunately the case, he survived.
Sure, yeah.
But a man and 2 women in Hodges' car were killed. The tow truck driver was also seriously injured. Hodges is facing charges that include first-degree murder, vehicular homicide, DUI manslaughter, and DUI with serious bodily injury. I think he's going to start building the tunnels for the other dude, for the Kraft dude.
Good Lord, man.
All right, this is a good piece of news. DNA evidence could free a convicted killer in Brevard County. Jeff Abramowski was serving a life sentence for killing a man in Melbourne in 2002. His lawyer, though, is asking a judge to vacate the conviction based on new DNA evidence. His lawyer says DNA found at the scene and on the murder weapon belongs to another man. A ruling could come as soon as today, and his lawyer is saying, listen, this guy should not spend another hour in prison. He's been incarcerated for 23, 24 years for a crime that DNA has finally proven he did not commit. Let him out of jail.
Right, just open the door and let him roll.
Let him out, exactly.
And then get ready for the lawsuit.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Because it's coming.
All right, the Seattle Department of Transportation says it fixed several crosswalk push buttons that were hacked to play a message mocking billionaire Jeff Bezos. Have you heard this story?
I have not heard this.
Jack, have you heard this story?
No, but for the audience, I am smiling.
Well, yeah, all right. The department says crews tracked down and repaired hacked crosswalk buttons yesterday. The buttons were hacked to play an apparently AI-generated voice claiming to be the former CEO and founder of Amazon with an important message. The voice goes on to say, quote, "Please don't tax the rich. Otherwise, all the other billionaires will move to Florida too." Adding, quote, "Wouldn't it be terrible if all the rich people left Seattle or got Luigi'd?
Oh, wow.
And then the normal people could afford to live here again?" End quote.
Damn, wow.
Of course, for those who don't remember, the Luigi comment references murder suspect Luigi Mangione, who's accused of shooting and killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson late last year. All right, Coachella organizers say, hey, we're so sorry. We're going to fix those traffic issues.
Traffic issues?
Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
Oh, that plagued the event during the first weekend in the California desert. This was another S show. A senior official for the company that puts on the annual Music and Arts Festival is apologizing for the horrendous traffic jams that left campers waiting for hours to get inside Coachella last weekend, promising to fix the issues for the second weekend, which is coming up. Festival goers were complaining on social media about waiting up to 12 hours to get in, several running out of gas in the process. A Coachella spokesman said part of the problem is that everyone showed up early.
Right.
And they just didn't, you know?
It's so funny. I never hear anything about the music or anything about the Coachella Festival. Do you know what I read about and see about online when I read about it? What chicks are wearing to it.
Oh, well, that's why.
That's the number one thing I read about Coachella is what young ladies wear to Coachella, like what you're wearing.
I didn't know. They're streaming the whole thing on YouTube.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you can watch it last weekend. You can watch it this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Yep. It's kind of like EDC vibe. All right. And then, Coachella spokesman said showed up early. Coachella's second final weekend will feature the likes Lady Gaga, Post Malone, Benson Boone, Glorilla, and more. And then finally, fans of Mr. Beast are seeking refunds after being disappointed in his Las Vegas experience. Followers of the YouTube influencer paid $1,000 a ticket for a 3-day event held this week at Resorts World Las Vegas called the Mr. Beast Experience.
Oh, yeah, like this.
It was billed as being, quote, immersive and unforgettable, end quote. Guests were told to wait in their rooms for a mystery bag to arrive. What could go wrong?
Right.
Some guests said they waited all day for their mystery bags, which contained a box of chocolates,
a cheese sandwich,
and merchandise already available to the public.
Oh, really?
Mr. Beast has since emailed his guests and said they will be fully refunded.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine waiting all day.
I don't know.
Imagine paying $1,000 to go hang out with a YouTube dude.
What's surprising, though, I mean, he was doing very well.
Yeah.
And then it's like
things just went weird, right?
It was just now it's Amazon now he's just like another level. It's like maybe trying to do too much.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, man. He got a little hot too fast. I mean, he's got all this money. I mean, that's the thing is also he has hundreds of millions of dollars at his whim to do these things with.
Well, look at the toys he's selling.
It's all self-financed. He's got this burger chain and the chocolate thing and all this other stuff. I don't know, man. It's kind of bizarre. And of course, I think one of his right-hand men got busted for doing some sketchy stuff. So it's just kind of been a weird ride for about the last year with this guy. I don't know. I never got into the Mr. Beast thing. I don't like it. Doesn't hit me like or anything. But I'm all about this guy doing cool stuff. I mean, it's self-finance. He's giving a lot of the money that he makes back to people who play these games with him. So
more power to him.
Yeah,
just maybe not pay $1,000.
Well, I think it's a quality control. You get big, so you have other people doing things for you, but the quality seems to be, and I don't even know if the quality was ever there.
And also that when you create partnerships with people like Amazon and other big players like that, they want action. They want you to get out there and produce something. I mean, if you're partnering with them, they're not doing it for fun. They want you to produce something that makes them money or gets them attention.
They're not doing it for charity, people.
They're not doing that for sure.
Well, that concludes your JCS news.
Indeed. I have a question when we get back.
What medicine is he on?
No.
I had the same question.
I've noticed this for years in my life, and I've never understood it, and I've never thought to ask anybody about it. I'm going to see if it happens to you two when we get back, and I'm going to ask the audience about it. We'll do that right after this.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel. Holmesy.
What?
You know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. Crystal clear skies on tap, temperatures dipping down into the upper 50s and low 60s. And as we wrap up the work week, the forecast for your Friday starting off chilly. You may need that light jacket as you're headed out the door, but you won't need it by the afternoon. Highs reaching the mid 80s. And as we take a look ahead towards Easter weekend, Saturday, temperatures once again throughout the mid 80s with sunny skies, turning up the heat even more for Easter Sunday. From the Fox 35 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk podcast.
I'm Buzz Knight, host of the Taking a Walk podcast. Step with us into the world of music. I bring you up-close conversations with new and legendary musicians. For one of the best music interview podcasts, listen to Taking a Walk on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The calendar says it's spring, but hurricane season is right around the corner. Get ready for storm season by replacing your old windows and doors with Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors are engineered to withstand high-velocity impacts, meaning these windows and doors provide enhanced protection against flying debris during storms, keeping your home safe and secure. Randy says just true professionalism from start to finish. The install team could not have been any better. Take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 1 month only sale, $300 off all windows, $825 off patio doors, plus zero down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus offer, first 50 callers get a free TrueScene screen upgrade. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Let's make it easy breezy. RC Hill here. I'm making car buying easy again. You could drive a nice new car for just $3 down. Cause this month it's a breeze to get keys. So if your old ride blows, I'll pay you way over appraised value regardless of miles or condition. Plus save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. You could even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety pick and Yamaha stereo system. Or the new Mirage, voted best priced new car in America starting at only $15,900. Even if you've heard no before, it could all blow over at RC Hill Mitsubishi. We work harder than anyone because we care. At RC Hill, we're all about affordability, so you could drive for just $3 down. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars, SUVs, trucks, and sports cars, and rates as low as 0%. But hurry, these pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill, 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $3 down. Require bank approval. Trade value up to 120% of KBP. Offer ends April 30, 2025.
Get an alarm clock. Kane Super Saturday starts this Saturday at 10 a.m. One day only. Everything is on sale. Over $40 million in furniture.
The whole shebang.
Doors open at 10 a.m.
Kane's Super Saturday.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Alpha Foundations comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection with Alpha Foundations and visit alphafoundations.com/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Life looks pretty good behind the handlebars of a Harley, and that point of view is one that everyone agrees on. At Space Coast Harley Davidson, we'd like to help you get some perspective on what's important. Right now, get 0% interest on select new 2024 Harley models. Get details at 866-826-9072 or spacecoastharley.com anytime. Ride the road and relax. Find your motorcycle and your soul at Space Coast Harley Davidson.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I'm not at all trying to be disrespectful, and I mean this totally from a place of respect. I love Deb's accent. Fair.
I thought it was when I said bag.
Bag. Yeah, that's the one.
I thought it was Coachella.
Yeah.
Which I think Deb might be pronouncing it correctly, but I think we're so lazy we call it Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella, yeah.
Coachella, but it's pronounced,
Fine.
it's written Coa.
You all are in the bag.
Bag. In the bag.
Is that my cheddar comes out when I say that?
Oh, yeah, the bag thing for sure. That's the one I noticed the most.
Well, I'm
going
to call it a sack then.
No, right? No, right? Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1.
What, does the accent come out then, too?
Happy is your 3 o'clock. I almost said your 3 o'clock keyword.
Just for me saying sack.
Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. You know, I had a very good question on the texting service a minute ago regarding the Search Your Ace Off contest. Yes, it is wheelchair accessible.
You're obsessing about that.
I'm not obsessing. Here, I will tell you why I'm not obsessing, but I'll tell you why.
They're goading you into releasing more
exactly.
information.
He got that text over an hour ago.
It's not that at all. So it goes back to this whole thing about the compliance to websites.
Uh-huh.
Like, think about this. If we didn't make this thing applicable to every possible person that's listening to the show. Theoretically, you can get in trouble for that.
Oh,
I know that sounds crazy.
Not at all.
but
There's people who that's their job is to just troll places.
There's like an entire law firm down in Miami, and all they do is they sit and they go to websites of small businesses to see if they're ADA compliant. And if they're not, they sue them, or they send them a letter and say you're not ADA compliant. We'll fine you $3,500, and you can bring your website up to good. We won't do anything, and that's exactly what they do. So I thought this was maybe a stab at that, but no, you could roll right up to it with your wheelchair and dig away. There you go. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And Jack is here as well. Got a question for you guys. Is your freezer, do you guys have a side-by-side fridge and freezer?
Yes.
Or is it yours a lower one?
Yes.
No, ours is the freezer's on top.
The freezer's on top?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
like an old school one.
Yeah, with the 2 doors.
It might not apply for you then, because I don't know if it does, but for sure.
Why do I feel so plebeian, so unwashed masses?
Not only that, you have an old school
No,
one.
I love those. My grandfather had one that I wish I had to this day.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
They're the greatest.
I mean, it's still stainless steel.
I love it. No, it's no problem with that. You'll understand why I say this. I've only
Is it though, Deb? Is it real steel?
I've only it's old steel. Is that what it is? Old steel. I've only noticed it in the side-by-side.
Oh,
okay?
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Here's a flex. I have one of each. Shoot.
Oh, there you go.
I
Good.
know
See what you got.
I know exactly what you're going to mention.
I don't know why this happens. And last night it happened, and it happened, and it was like really noticeable. Usually it's a little bit. Last night was extremely noticeable. I went into the freezer portion of my refrigerator very quickly, and I'm going to run you the timeline of how this happened. And basically what I was doing is I was getting ice for my drink. And this is going to be weird, but I buy a bag of ice from the store that I use for my drinks because I like the ice to be clear. And ice that comes out of refrigerators isn't clear because it sits in that basket, and the weird oxidation things or whatever that happens is it turns your ice white. I don't like that.
Why do you give this stuff to Jack?
God,
Jimmy, why do you give this stuff to
There's 100 people out there agreeing with me right now.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Right?
Such a princess.
But they don't have to work with Jack.
Wow.
So
oh my God.
So my Pepsi is in my fridge. So this is it. Open my freezer door, ice in, shut my freezer door, and then immediately try to open up my fridge door. Why is it?
Oh, the vacuum.
Why is it that when you open up the freezer, close it, and then immediately try and open up the fridge side, it basically creates, like Deb's saying, like some kind of weird vacuum? But it shouldn't, because they're separate. One shouldn't affect the other. One seal, they both seal on their own. So why does that do that? And everybody's noticed it. Nobody out there can tell me they haven't noticed it. You open your freezer, shut it real fast, and then try to open the fridge part of it, and that damn thing it's harder to open. And it almost wouldn't open, like somebody was holding it shut on the other side.
Maybe your fridge was shaming you for the clear ice as well.
Yeah, maybe so.
Like, dude, I'm not giving you this Pepsi. You're too bougie.
Have you ever noticed that, Jack?
Nope.
You've never had that happen?
I have.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy. And I've noticed it over and over, and I'm like, why is that? But then, of course, I forget it because I'm basically a fish. I forget everything in 5 seconds. But that's
I have noticed. It was like, well, wait a minute. I'm not trying to open the... But even if I were trying to open the freezer again, you could open it, close it, open, close it, but it's only the fridge door that does that.
That's right. When you open the freezer and close it real shut and then try to open the fridge right afterwards, for some reason, the fridge is more difficult to open. And I've never understood that because logically, they are sealing on that bar in the middle, right? That when you close your fridge, it seals on that.
Mine's old school.
Well, I mean, it still seals the same way. I mean, it still has to seal the same way. I just don't know why one affects the other because they're mutually exclusive. You know what I'm saying? They don't really, one theoretically, I mean, one's ice cold, the other one's not.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason for it to do that, and I don't understand it. Somebody out there knows. Somebody out there knows, guys. I'm telling you.
Each unit has air coming into it, right? That cools it.
Yes.
Like, so it recycles air, right? And it's chilling. At some point, there may be a connection between the two. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I mean, there may be. I don't know. There may be.
So therefore, when you are closing one, it is affecting the airflow that goes back into the refrigeration unit that is also connected to the other side.
Somebody says the fridge pulls cold air from the freezer, but that doesn't make any sense because they're separate units together. Even though they're built in one box, They are completely separate entities. Like one could be just a standalone freezer, the other could be just a standalone fridge.
But where do you think the cold comes from?
Well, from the compressor. Like, I mean, anytime the...
And what is it? How is that making the box cold?
Well, it's pumping cold air into it.
So there's airflow.
Yeah, coming into them separately, though, right?
Well, yeah, but they're coming from the same source. And what the texter is theorizing or telling you, and what I was theorizing, is that the air from the refrigerator is connected to the same cold air being produced that goes to the freezer, just less of it goes to the refrigerator.
So what you're saying is when I open up the freezer and it creates a vacuum in the fridge because I'm letting out air, and then as I pull the freezer open, it's actually pulling air from the fridge and then closing it real fast. And then the instant I try to open up the fridge part, the air distribution has changed, and therefore the fridge has a vacuum in it. That's what you contend?
Sure.
Sounds fine. I just never thought about it because, I was like, well, it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, theoretically, one's colder than the other, but I guess you can dial that up. I didn't know a compressor could create 45 degrees on one side and, 30 degrees on the other. But I've never studied refrigeration. I don't know anything about it. All right, 407 916.
We theorize here, and then we get the facts later.
Exactly. We speculate, Jack. Speculate now, facts later.
Let me speculate that the press conference about the shooting at FSU has now been moved to 4:30.
Okay, good. All right, 407. And I just found out, or just remembered that Glenn is not in today because he's got to travel with his wife this afternoon. So we won't have Glenn. So we'll be able to bring you the entire thing in its entirety as well.
There you go.
All right, we'll take a little break. Danny Myring on the other side with Date Night Done Right. That's right after this.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are clearing up a fire blocking some lanes on John Young Parkway where it meets Pleasant Hill Road. The on-ramp from Dallas Boulevard to the Beach Line westbound, that on-ramp's blocked due to an accident. There's a crash where Magnolia Homes Road meets Maitland Boulevard. An earlier accident on US 27 northbound before Bronson Highway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Man, here in Central Florida, you know what's about to happen, don't you? Right? I mean, we've enjoyed this great weather for all spring long, but that is about to come to a screeching halt. And those 90-degree days with 100% humidity will be setting in no time. That, my friends, is why you need to do this right now. Call my friends over at Mills Air and take care of your preventive maintenance now. That's a tune-up for your AC system to make sure everything's going to run fine all summer long. And guys, don't forget, these guys have been doing this for like 30-plus years. They have all the experience you need to make sure that you're going to be taken care of perfectly, and their techs can service every brand out there. So don't worry, Mills Air has you covered. Not to mention, they're Carrier factory-authorized dealers. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates if you do need that brand-new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. It's 407-277-1159. Find them online at millsair.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
This little piggy wasn't affected by the market. This little piggy had protected funds. This little piggy locked in college costs. This little piggy had a 1-year plan. And all the little piggies went wee to college land.
Before you know it, those tiny feet will be off to college. Save the smartest way with a Florida 529 prepaid plan. Unlike a regular savings account, the funds are dedicated and guaranteed to cover tuition costs. So when they're ready to go, you are too. Prepaid plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday?
No!
Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Make no payments till next year. Now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate that very much. Hour 2 coming at you. Grand is your 4 o'clock keyword, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Grand is your 4 o'clock keyword. Get it. Go get that money. We need a winner, man.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Also, don't forget, we have released the 3rd clue for the Search Your Ace Off contest, JimColbertLive.com. We'll also reread it at 5 o'clock. And just so you know, we'll also give you be bringing you the press conference from Tallahassee here in about a half an hour. They pushed it back to 4:30. We'll be bringing that to you in its entirety to get you the latest information on what's happening up there at FSU. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Yeah.
Let's do date night done right.
Whether you're dating and in love or married and in a fight, keep your romance shining bright. This is date night done right.
Good night for our friend Danny Myrie.
Yay!
Woo! Hey, Danny, before you get started, if you don't mind, public service announcement from your friend Jim Colbert.
Jack is on drugs.
I'm not a refrigerator guy. You don't have to yell at me on the texting service for being dumb.
I
Man,
mean,
I'm getting taken out like crazy on this refrigerator thing, and it's so funny. We have received so many texts.
A lot of texts, also a lot of talkbacks. We're going to get to them all in the next segment.
Very good.
Also, they're taking you to task about your idea of where cloudy ice comes from.
Okay, listen, man.
It's all love, Jimmy.
I'm not a scientist. I've said it 100 times. I'm nothing.
Well, I mean, I don't know what P1V1T1. I have no idea what any of that says, so
Danny.
I'm right there with you.
Danny, what? Don't you start.
You're doing a service to your audience.
Thank you.
You're helping them
You
feel
are the sweetest.
smarter.
You are.
You're welcome, everybody.
And you're welcome every time in this studio, young lady.
We're doubling down on dumb.
Danny Myring here, courtesy of Orlando Date Night Guide, OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. Not only will you hear some of the stuff that she features here on the show, there'll be tons more there on the online where you can see it there. They also have Orlando-parenting.com for your family events as well. How's your week been, by the way?
It's been very interesting.
Has
It's been
it?
very good. I went to a cool media/influencer event last night at JW Marriott Grand Lakes.
Very nice.
Which is, just a gorgeous property. And right afterwards, well, first we were there to celebrate because Primo, the restaurant there, is they recently received a 4-star distinction in the Forbes Travel Guide. They are the first JW Marriott restaurant in the world to achieve that honor.
Wow, really? That's
cool.
crazy. Hey, can I ask a question? Because I get mixed up sometimes because some of these properties change change names and stuff. Did this used to be Grand Cypress?
No.
This isn't. Did this used to be something else?
Nope.
It's
It's
just
always been Grand Lake.
nice. Okay.
So
Over
you've
by the
got-
Ritz, right?
Yes. So
Yeah,
you got
gotcha.
JW Marriott and Ritz. They're part of kind of the same complex.
Perfect. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
And so what we did afterwards, after the event, is we drove over to Epic Universe to see how long it takes. 14 minutes to get to Epic Universe from Grand Lakes. It was really cool.
Nice.
My son and I will be going on Monday, praying everything goes well.
Nice.
I am paying for those tickets, baby.
Yeah.
So,
What's that running you?
Well,
So
I
like
got
100, 110 or something a piece or something?
I think she has to leave her son as she leaves the Epic
Right.
Universe. She's going to have to leave him behind.
He's in the training,
Yeah,
training
exactly.
program now.
Make a paycheck before you come home,
He
honey.
has to work for free for 3 months.
Yeah. With an annual pass discount, it was like $130, $140 a piece.
Yeah, okay.
So yes,
Very nice.
looking forward to that. Hopefully going to check out Bar Helios
Oh, nice.
this weekend.
Okay.
So this is, now I'm going to sound like that SNL character, the hottest bar in
Oh, yeah.
Orlando. Can't even do it.
Orlando's hottest bar is.
Thank you.
I don't know the name. I would say.
So Bar Helios.
Orlando's hottest bar is Bar Helios.
Yes, thank you.
It's got everything, midgets. Can't say that anymore, but yeah.
So it's at the top of the Grand Helios Grand Hotel, and it
Oh, right.
overlooks Epic Universe.
Oh, wow.
So you've got this rooftop bar that overlooks. You can see pretty much every corner of the theme park from here, apparently, and it's like Greek mythology themed.
Damn, really?
It looks gorgeous. I
Well,
can't
that's cool.
wait.
All right,
So
very good.
I'll report back on that.
All right, so we're supposed to have an unbelievable weekend of weather again. Our back-to-back weekends. This one's going to be a little warmer, but what do we have coming up?
Yeah, there's lots of great things with it being Easter weekend. So we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of the different events that are happening there. So happening tomorrow is another free night at the Morse Museum in Winter Park. But what's special about this weekend, so they'll have live music tomorrow evening there at the Morse Museum. It'll be free to go in. Live music there, and then it's actually free all weekend since it's Easter weekend. So that's a great way if you're having, brunch in the area or a Easter dinner or whatever the case may be, or just, want a thing to do, then it is free to go into that museum all weekend, and then you can have a nice stroll up and down Park Avenue if you wish. And then spring has sprung.
Okay.
Ivanhoe Park Lager House is having a cookie decorating class.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so
For you and the
beer.
girls.
I think cookies go pretty good with beer sometimes.
Sweets and beer are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dead winter pairing right there. I've said it for years. Sweets and beer love each other. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll get to decorate some sugar cookies. They will be spring themed. It's a 2-hour workshop. I guess you were really getting detailed on these cookies. And of course, you've got the delicious beer. What's great about Ivanhoe Park Lager House is it's such a bigger space than their original location. So they've got lots of room for this fun event to happen. And that is happening on Saturday, 12:30 to 2:30. So
Very
you can
cool.
Get little sugar, little buzz, and then keep going about your day.
then move right on.
Yep. Sunday is a big day for multiple reasons. You've got Easter, and then you've got the other thing since it's 420. If you are, that's all I'm going to say.
Can I tell you, I didn't even realize
I
that.
did not either.
I didn't
That's
realize
Sunday?
Yeah.
I need to stock up and make sure I don't come out of the house.
Yeah, I know. This is how I know I'm getting older, where I'm like, I don't know if I want to be on the roads on Sunday.
You need that Easter grass for your basket.
There you go.
Egg schmeg, I'm smoking this basket.
So if you are wanting to enjoy the day without in a higher class experience, the Easter extravaganza is happening at the Altira. I can never pronounce it properly. I'm sorry. Altira.
It's Altira.
Pool and Lounge.
Nice.
It's at the Grand Bohemian Hotel. So they have, I think it's on the 6th floor is where their pool is. And so it is kind of a rooftop vibe. They do have a really cool lounge there. And apparently they're going to do egg hunts out there on the pool terrace.
All right.
I don't know if that means eggs are going to be in the pool. They might end up in the pool. They do say it's actually fun for the whole family. I feel like this is a little bit more of an adult vibe.
I always thought that pool. I thought that pool was kind of a swanky party kind of scenario. I didn't realize it was a family friendly scenario.
That maybe they're testing the water.
There you
so
go.
to speak.
Good.
They're dipping their toe in.
Nice.
That's a little pool humor
All right.
for you. You're welcome. Kicking off Sunday through the 26th is the 17th annual Winter Park Paint Out. So this is where you have artists that are painting outside.
Oh, yeah.
And this is taking place at the Polasek Museum and Sculpture Gardens. I apologize if I butchered that. There's going to be somebody texting in for that, I'm sure. So they're going to have 24 professional acclaimed artists at this museum. And they're going to also be at other locations around Winter Park and parts of Orlando. So who knows, you might spot an artist out painting. I promise they are safe. They are not someone you need to be scared to approach. And the art will be on display at the museum as they are completed. So they have a wet room, apparently, for where the paint goes to dry.
Nice.
Yes. So it is free to stop by and see the artist painting. There are a couple of different events that are happening at the museum. So this is a big week for this museum. It's gorgeous. It's on the water. They've got sculptures. They've got different art. And usually it is a cost to get in there. So it is nice that it's free for this week.
That is cool.
And lastly, starting on the 23rd is Disney's The Lion King is coming to the Dr. Phillips Center. Now, we all know this big Broadway production.
Yes.
This is nothing new. This thing is going to be here for nearly 4 weeks. But what's really cool is the young man that's playing Simba is here from Orlando. So he is touring the country.
That's cool.
And so this will be kind of his hometown appearance.
You know, we had that with Aladdin. When Aladdin came through, the main character in Aladdin, I believe, was an Orlando Dr. Phillips grad, if I remember right, and an entertainer that many people here in the city knew. I'm actually going next Thursday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've never seen it, and I love Broadway shows. And, of course, when you have one that's Disney-backed, I mean, you're getting the best stuff out there. I will tell you, they just do an amazing job. You really almost can't believe they're pulling that off in front of you with live music and all of that's moving part stuff is happening live. There's no editing or anything like that. It is really amazing. These shows are, I think it's one of the must tickets in Orlando when the big shows come through. You got to pick one of those nights and go. You get to dress up. You get to look nice. It is one of Orlando. I think maybe the crown jewel of Orlando culture and entertainment.
Amen.
I love
Absolutely.
it. Love everything
Preach it.
about it. Yeah.
Take him into church.
I saw this show back at the Bob Carr where they had to create aisles. They took out seats for this show because they had to create. They needed more aisles going through the audience.
Wow.
Big animals coming through.
Yeah.
Another cool thing happening this weekend, I just remembered, is Activate is opening at Point Orlando. So this is this is kind of the new thing, right? For a while was bowling alleys and axe throwing, etc. So now it's these interactive games, not escape rooms, but like, if you've gone to an arcade, there's the game where the lights light up and you have to like tag them to tap them out.
Yeah, like whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
But on a lighted board, yes.
Yeah. So there's different games like that. This is meant to be like you're stepping in a video game. You're going to jump, you're going to climb, you're going to problem solve. So this is called Activate at Point Orlando. There's a similar concept coming to Disney Springs by a different company. So I feel like this is kind of the next big thing that we're going to start seeing popping up around town instead of like the bowling alleys and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Though.
So they're opening up this weekend. Everyone's welcome to come on in. I think their grand opening officially is next week, but they said that they are opening up this weekend for those that want to come by. Yeah.
And where is it on at Point Orlando?
I haven't been, so I'm not sure exactly what space it's taking over. Most of the entertainment venues and game venues are all kind of together
in the center
near
of
the
it, right?
theater.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then you've got the restaurants kind of out around the perimeter.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be stopping by. I'll report back. So between that and Bar Helios, I'm a busy woman, and tonight I'm actually heading to the JW Marriott Orlando Bonnet Creek. So that is different than the Grand Lakes. And the Bonnet Creek people also got a Forbes travel guide.
Did they really?
Star rating for their spa, and it is the first spa from JW Marriott to ever do so.
Very nice.
Man, I'm telling you, Orlando, you can't sleep on the quality that we have.
And it seemed like every other week there's something new that opens you have to go check out. I mean, when you come in here every week, you literally drop 4 places I've never even heard of. I've lived here for 35, 50, 40 years, whatever it is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 40 years I've lived in this city.
I've been everywhere.
Man, I've been everywhere. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Again, if you missed any of this, you can hear it at JimColbertLive.com on the podcast. If you want to have more than that, OrlandoDateNightGuide.com has that and plenty of other stuff. And the cool thing about the mag, we've talked about this before, is they can break it down into parts of the city, break it down to how much money you want to spend, break it down to what you want to do. So many different ways to find something in the city to do. And like Danny said, so many new stuff opens up all the time, or so much new stuff opens up all the time. It's almost impossible to stay on top of it. That's your job. So you can go to the website and find that stuff out. But we always love seeing you, man. You guys give it up good and loud for Danny Meyer, you guys. Very nice. Have yourself a wonderful week.
Yep, whatever you celebrate, Easter, the other thing, enjoy.
All right, 77031. That's how you text us. Don't forget you can send a talk back as well. Just get that iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send your comment down the line. And we'll take a little break and come back in 1 second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Date Night Done Right is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Mortgage brokers are better. Why? They do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It'll still be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but they have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And government studies prove buyers save $9,400 on average with a mortgage broker. That mortgage guy, Don, will give you a comparison quote today. Just go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. It's peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Looking at slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. Looking at activity northbound on the turnpike that is partially blocking the exit ramp to Orange Blossom Trail. Also looking at delays westbound on the beach line due to a crash partially blocking the on-ramp from Dallas Boulevard. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Guys, spring is here and Tools Ace Hardware is here to help with 11 locations with steel outdoor power equipment. At Tools Ace Hardware, they service what they sell. That means you can bring in your steel equipment to their stores for any repairs or warranty issues. And if you're wondering, that's what the professional landscapers use. You see this stuff on their trailers all the time. There's a reason. It's awesome. And remember, Tools Ace is open 7 days a week with 1 to 2 day turnaround times on repairs, and even better, great pricing on labor, better than their competitors. Stop by for a tune-up on your equipment or take advantage of spring savings on lawnmowers, grass trimmers, edgers, and so much more. Shop for outdoor power equipment in-store, or you can do it online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com. Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
The Struts, celebrating the 10th year anniversary of Everybody Wants, live at Hard Rock Live Orlando, August 26th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at the Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
I'm Jeff. I got a call that my wife Katie was in a bad car accident and was airlifted to Shands Hospital. When I got there, she was in surgery for a brain injury. She's had a long recovery. We needed an attorney. Our close friends recommended Glenn Klausman. Glenn Klausman was available 24/7 to help. We've been blessed by my wife's recovery. The results from Glenn Klausman's efforts were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney for us. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718, KLAUSMAN law.com, office Winter Park.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Divorce is tough, but you don't have to go at it alone. Imagine building a team not to fight, but to win. 90% of divorce cases settle without a judge. At TK Law, our collaborative approach means you and your spouse work with lawyers, financial professionals, and mental health professionals to resolve issues with dignity and privacy. No court battles, just solutions. To protect your future, contact TK Law. We will help you navigate your divorce so you stay in control. OneFirmForLife.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Make you bob your head there.
Hey guys, fun fact about the white ice versus the clear ice. It's not impurities or anything that has to do with what color your ice is. It's how fast it freezes. Normal ice freezes from the outside in, and that causes air to get trapped in it, which creates the white. It's a little information you might not know there, Normie.
He called me a normie. I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Freezes slower, it's clear.
Jimmy, it's simple physics. When you open up the freezer, the cold air rushes out, warm air rushes in. When the warm air hits the cold surfaces, the volume shrinks. That causes a partial vacuum on the fridge because the freezer and fridge are connected. So when you try to open up the fridge, it has the vacuum from the freezer.
Yeah, duh, Jimmy.
Okay, sorry for the background noise. They're flying F-22s and 35s overhead because I'm right outside of Langley. But anyways, there's one chiller that cools the fridge. There is we'll say like a little hallway between the refrigerator and freezer. And when you dial in the temperature for your refrigerator, it just closes the door slightly in that hallway, to put it in layman's terms.
Be quiet. We want to hear the fighter jets.
Good afternoon, the Jim Colbert Show, Prince of the Island. Jimmy,
there you
if
go,
you look
Jimmy.
at your left-hand side in the fridge section, there is a duct going across, and there's a thermostat, and everything's up there. This is where your cold air comes in from the freezer part. At the bottom, and sometimes in the middle, there's still some cold air being blown by the fan, which is located in the freezer part. At the bottom, there's a duct that goes to the freezer part that when the fan turns on, it sucks everything up and do a complete cycle. Most of the air goes into the freezer, but some goes.
This guy,
you knew it. Morning, Colbert, co-root.
Still
Yeah,
doesn't.
Jimmy, Jack's got it right. How many sources of cold are there in a refrigerator? One. So therefore, it goes to both places. I mean, you are the most picky and judgy person I've ever met in my life.
He's so
You
frustrated
judge people
with
for
you.
their Christmas lights. You only can have clear ice, and God forbid someone use minced garlic over fresh. I mean, Jimmy, come on, throw out theories, then get the facts. Big T out.
We speculate first, buddy. We told you.
JCS crew.
Don't we this?
Dude, I love listening to you go through this whole process. It's very therapeutic, actually. So they are connecting. So the freezer has a vent in the back. It allows the cold air to actually get into the refrigerator, okay?
Don't say
and if you
okay.
keep your drinks on the top shelf, they'll actually stay colder, and then the air cascades down. But when you open the fridge, it actually pulls all of the air out, so that's why it's more difficult to open the refrigerator.
There you go.
Good after morning,
Oh, wait, he
Colbert,
just-
co-root.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
Jimmy, Jack's got it right.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Oh, you son of a bitch. How dare you?
Always an ulterior
Well, it makes
motive.
perfect sense now. There's a little gate, a little fun gate. By the way, look at the frozen
A
picture
fun
of Deb.
gate.
There's a little fun gate that goes from the freezer to the fridge. I never even considered that. I never even thought about it. I told you I'm dumb.
That's why we rely on the smartest audience in talk radio.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it so much.
And how cool is it to have somebody call you from Langley Air Force Base
Yeah.
where they're just flying F-35s, F-22s,
No
don't mind
biggie,
me.
just the angels of death above me.
Exactly.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
And we have a mechanical engineer listening. The thing
I
that
love it.
amazes me is that smart people listen to us.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't know why they do it. Why waste your time?
Let's pick the porn.
By the way, 4 o'clock keyword is grand, GRAND. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. And guys, we say it 1,000 times. If you are playing this game, please turn your phone on and turn it up and then answer it when it gets a call. Because even if it says no caller ID or out of the area or anything like that, you can't believe it. You got to pick it up
You
because
do.
that's how they tell you you've won.
It's only an hour, though.
Well, no, you can believe it. You still
you're-
pick it up.
You're not going to win. We're awaiting the press conference. It's supposed to happen in about a minute and a half before we can, as we kind of get more information on what's going on up in Tallahassee. ABC News Live, the national version, is focused on the podium up there. I'm assuming it would be at the police department there in Tallahassee. And we'll get some information, some solid info on what's going on, because really it's been kind of mixed coming out of there. I think there's been one confirmed dead.
Yes, one confirmed dead, 6 injured. And that's really, at this point, that actually the moniker looked like it may have been on the Florida State University campus.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't?
But still, we're waiting to get confirmation from police in Tallahassee. But in the meantime, like you said, that press conference will be the first real chance that officials have had to address this situation since shots were first reported at 12:02 p.m.
Somebody he said he didn't call you a normie. He was referring to Norm from Cheers.
Yeah.
As Cliff Clavin, the know-it-all.
Yeah.
But
I
Norm,
thought you got that.
But Cliff wasn't. Cliff was the know-it-all, not Norm.
No. Right, but Cliff would be talking to Norm.
Oh, I see.
It's often he'd be explaining, "Hey, Normie," and then he'd give his reasoning. So,
look, I don't know anything. I know what I read, and that's it. I don't know, and I am dumb.
We're getting a half dozen texts on you not understanding a Cheers reference.
Yeah.
And about the fact that our freeze, our YouTube videos, mine right now is the only one that can. Me and kittens.
Yeah. You guys look like zombies. By the way, speaking of that, did you guys see the latest 28 years later trailer that got released yesterday?
No.
Holy. I will tell you, dude, this is going to wind up being one of the best trilogies in all of horror-dom. The 28 Days Later is...
That was actually one of the first movies. You know what scared me the most in that movie? Was after the virus hit and he's walking through London and you see that one plane flying overhead, and it was the first time in that movie where we were like, oh my God, real life still existed on other parts of the planet.
Right.
It was...
This is only happening here right now.
For right now.
Yeah. The new one is 28 years later, and I saw the trailer for it today, and it looked pretty darn crazy.
Really?
Yeah, they've isolated themselves on a little island. There's like a little road that goes there, and it's just nuts, and it's so good. You know, is it Danny Boyle, right? Is the director of that?
I believe
whole series,
so.
And Cillian Murphy, I think that's where he got one of his big breaks.
Right.
Yeah. What's going on, Jack? What are you looking at?
It looks like this press conference, they may actually be on time because it looks like they're bringing people into the room.
I'll turn it up. Here we go.
We're able to work through the situation privately.
There we go. We're waiting for to switch over, and here they go. Come on.
Well, that was the sheriff.
Come on, newsfeed.
It looked like a sheriff going up to talk.
It sure did. I could say that the character that is gracing that is one gnarly looking dude from 28 years later.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, we haven't had a text yet if somebody has a student up at FSU, though. That has been a blessing. Not that, obviously, we want everybody to be safe up there. They're interviewing students who have, who experienced this, what they heard, what they saw. I just read a text that says that some of our local guys are on their way up there. Matt Austin's on their way up there from Channel 6. Yeah, Jack?
I'm just waiting for this news conference to start and on my feed.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as soon as they fire it up, we'll bring it to you. Obviously, we only have a smattering of information. They're keeping it pretty tight to the vest. And as soon as we know something, we'll let you know. Is this it?
Looks like we could be getting started.
Yeah. What feed are you on, Jack? Are you on the same feed that we have here in the studio?
I am not.
Oh,
He is on. You're on the CNN feed,
Sure.
or the
something
ABC?
like that.
Yeah.
I wish we could get our locals. Is there any way to get?
Yeah, you could do it through that thing, but not in here because this is Roku.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, we do know that we have one confirmed death, 6 injured. We're still waiting on details on the actual shooter. Earlier, there were reports that there were 2 shooters. Jack actually has a law enforcement official that had commented earlier.
That's a secret source.
Yeah.
That's a
I mean,
secret
they're
source.
talking now, Bub.
I don't have that audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, waiting to see what they're going to be giving, what kind of, because again, we heard 1 shooter, 2 shooters, 1 shooter, 2 weapons. So it's all very fluid. Again, shots rang out at about 12:02 this afternoon near the Student Union, which is a huge building on campus. And of course, being that it was right around 12 o'clock noon, you had a lot of students, a lot of restaurants that were just starting to open up.
Yeah.
You also had a lot of students that were shuffling between classes. So it was not a deserted or desolate area, unfortunately, when the shots started to ring out.
Yeah. And, the other thing I heard, we got it?
Got it.
All right, here we go.
Students, faculty, and staff are asked to call their loved ones as soon as possible to update them on their status. The student union and the surrounding area is still considered an active crime scene. Individuals should avoid the area. Students should not return to the student union to retrieve personal property at this time. Students may return to their residence halls, but they should otherwise stay indoors on main campus to allow first responders and university staff to do their jobs and respond to those needing assistance. Students may depart campus for the weekend. All classes have been canceled through Friday. Before I turn this over to Chief Revel, I want to thank all the brave men and women of the FSU PD for responding immediately to the scene. I also want to thank the responding agencies who have provided assistance to FSU today big time, including the Tallahassee Police Department, the Leon County Sheriff's Office, the Florida Highway Patrol, Leon County Emergency Medical Services, FDLE, and all other responding agencies today.
Yeah, my man
we really appreciate your support.
My man is shook, by the way.
That's all the information I have at this time. We'll have additional update for you later today.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude is shaking up a lot.
Good afternoon. I am Chief Revel with the Tallahassee Police Department. As the shooting occurred today, our officers, as well as every single other officer in this city and county, responded immediately to this scene. Once on scene and once we began working through what was occurring and what we were working in consultation with FSU, Tallahassee Police Department was asked to take lead on this. So we will be the lead for this investigation in both the officer involved shooting portion of this as well as the homicide portion of this. I will come up after the last speaker and entertain just a few questions, but needless to say, we have multiple crime scenes. This is a very large area we're covering. We have thousands, hundreds of thousands, or hundreds or thousands of witnesses. And again, this is an active, ongoing investigation. So the information that we will be allowed to release right now may be fairly limited. I'll answer what I can at that time. But I will assure you that as soon as we can, any information that becomes available, we will make that available to you. One of the things in the process, and again, understand that this is an ongoing active investigation. So things are happening as we are standing here and as we are speaking. We have identified the shooter, obviously. He's at the hospital. So with more on that, I'm going to allow the sheriff to come up and speak on that portion of it.
Thank you, Chief. As Chief Revel indicated, I'm Walt McNeil, Leon County Sheriff. First and foremost, let me express our gratitude to the responding law enforcement agencies in this community. Our citizens should feel some degree of comfort knowing that your law enforcement agencies are going to respond and do exactly what we did in this case, that is bring the offender to justice and to make sure that we do what we can to make sure we lock him or her up. Let me say to you, this is obviously a heinous crime. Our deepest condolences go out to the FSU family, the families of the students who are here, and we understand that you all have been devastated because of this person's actions. The question as it relates to who is the shooter is 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, and he's the son of a Leon County Sheriff deputy.
Whoa.
Our Deputy Eichner, has been with the Leon County Sheriff's Office for over 18 years. She has a tremendous job that she's done. Her service to this community has been exceptional. Unfortunately, her son had access to one of her weapons.
Oh, no.
And that was one of the weapons that was found at the scene. And we will continue that investigation into how that weapon was used and what other weapons perhaps he may have had access to. The alleged shooter was also a long-standing member of the Leon County Sheriff's Office Citizen Advisory or Youth Advisory Council.
Good Lord.
So he has been steeped in the Leon County Sheriff's Office family, engaged in a number of training programs that we have. So it's not a surprise to us that he had access to weapons. This event is tragic in more ways than you people in the audience could ever fathom from a law enforcement perspective. But I will tell you this, we will make sure that we do everything we can to prosecute and make sure that we send a message to folks that this will never be tolerated here in Leon County, and I dare say across this state and across this nation. Thank you. Let me bring up the FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge, Hubert Reynolds.
Press conference coming out of Tallahassee, guys, about this shooting.
My name is Hubert Reynolds, and I'm the acting special agent in charge of the Jacksonville field office. I want to echo those standing with me what a horrific crime this is, and we stand with you fully. We have an office here in Tallahassee, and we are fully engaged with providing any resources that we can bring to bear to help with this investigation moving forward. We've established a digital tips media line where you can upload photos, videos prior to and during the incident. If you're there from social media, please upload all of that. I will give you now the website address. You can upload any tips to www.fbi.gov/FSU shooting. Again, that's www.fbi.gov/FSU shooting. I want to assure you that we are going to bring every available resource to be able to help the community and the local people here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Richard McCullough, Rick McCullough, the president of Florida State University. This is a tragic day for Florida State University. We're absolutely heartbroken by the violence that occurred on our campus earlier today. 2 have died. 5 other innocents are being treated for their injuries. We're working to support the victims, their families, and everyone affected by this traumatic event. I just returned from the hospital. The First Lady and I met some of our students who were the victims. Our hearts go out to our students and the victims of this terrible tragedy. I have to say that our law enforcement, our FSU police officers, are absolute heroes in this regard. The call went out, someone called it in, and immediately they responded to the scene and immediately neutralized the suspect and prevented this from being a bigger tragedy. I want to thank them so much for what they do to try to keep our students safe. I want to thank all the law enforcement partners, FSU Police, Tallahassee Police, Leon County Sheriff's Department, Florida.
All right, that's the president of Florida State speaking right now and has basically updated us. It looks like we have 2 dead, 5 injured at the shooting at FSU. You guys heard everybody speak there, the sheriff, the vice sheriff, the FBI agent in charge there in Tallahassee, all bringing you as much information as we have. There is that tips line that they have opened up, and I'm sure that we'll get more information as the day goes forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the governor is still expected to make some comments, as well as the president. But right now, they're just, as you heard them say, that student union, they have hundreds of thousands of witnesses to this and several crime scenes to still come over. I think the most devastating news is that the Leon County Sheriff's Office is involved in this in a way that they never could have imagined.
That's information nobody had. That was not printed anywhere. Deb and I both read every single website covering this morning going in. Did not know it was an officer's weapon. Did not know it was the son of an officer, an 18-year vet of the Tallahassee Police Department either. And I mean, just
Sheriff's Office.
Sheriff's Office. I'm sorry. Yeah. So just unbelievable information we just learned just now. And of course, as we get any more information, we'll pass that on throughout the day.
Because of course, motive is going to be a big issue with this.
Absolutely. 77031. By the way, I remember reading earlier after the shooting that yesterday was the Virginia Tech shooting anniversary. And people were wondering if this was an homage to that, because we know sometimes these people who have these feelings will act out on dates that are special to them or special to or have a parallel with other acts of that same nature.
But we have no connection to that. And again, that anniversary was yesterday.
Yeah, we do not know for sure. All right, welcome. I almost said welcome back. Let's take a little break because we're late, and we'll be back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Oh, they do have condoms at Dollar General. I just wouldn't trust it.
How does that work, though?
You give them $1 and they give you a pack of condoms. You put it on your penis.
I know how condoms work, you guys.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. Temperatures dipping into the upper 50s and low 60s with crystal clear skies and a light breeze through the overnight tonight. As you're headed out the door tomorrow, you may want to grab that light jacket just for that morning commute, but those temperatures warming up quickly as we head through the afternoon, highs reaching the mid 80s, and we are in for another beautiful day on Saturday with once again temperatures in the mid 80s. From the Fox 35 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
April is World Wish Month, and iHeart is proud to partner with Make-A-Wish on the Wishmakers Wanted campaign. Did you know that everyone has the power to make a wish come true? Even you. It's as easy as sharing your time, talent, or treasure, but most importantly, taking action to support Wish Kids. As long as children continue to face devastating critical illnesses, they'll be counting on the support of wishmakers like you. Get started today at wishmaker.org.
Over 100 million people around the world have felt the thrill of Broadway's most spectacular musical, Disney's The Lion King. And now you can too. Experience this breathtaking theatrical event and see why the New York Times declares there is simply nothing else like it.
Don't miss The Lion King, returning to Dr. Phillips Center April 23rd through May 18th. Visit drphillipscenter.org to get your tickets now.
Right now, during the Jeep Celebration event, well-qualified current FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo 4x2 for $369 a month for 36 months with $3,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease to qualify. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4/30. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Get ready for an action-packed tournament weekend at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker. First, dive into the Super 40s at Orange City Racing and Card Club. A $300 buy-in, $40,000 guaranteed prize pool, kicking off Saturday, April 19th. Then, head over to Daytona Beach Poker Sunday, April 20th for the $230 buy-in, $25,000 guaranteed GAPT Classic. Whether you're a poker pro or a rising star, this is your weekend to win big. Don't miss the action.
Here's another success story by the Nickley Group. Jake and Mandy needed to sell their home in Orlando. Jake had just received an offer for a job transfer out of state, and they had a tight timeline. What to do? They called the Nickley Group. Jake and Mandy sold their home for top dollar, beating their own deadline. Their home went under contract in 2 days with a full price offer, and their home sold for a record price in their community. Ready to make a move? Leave it to the experts. Visit thenickley.group.com. Local experts doing real estate differently.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassey's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassey's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, for your big green egg today.
The championship is back in the Bay for the first time in 40 years.
On the new limited podcast series, Dub Dynasty, we hear from head coach Steve Kerr on how Steph Curry almost never even joined the Warriors.
In fact, I thought we had a draft day deal to end up getting him to Phoenix.
For the entire behind-the-scenes story of Golden State's incredible 10-year run, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Dub Dynasty, and listen now.
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Sunnyside drains.
Water is backing up from my drains, and there's a nasty smell coming from them.
Ooh-wee, that is bad.
Wait, how are you smelling it too?
You should call someone about that.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Blech.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your drains are backed up, you need a highly skilled technician who's not afraid to get a little dirty. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Don't forget, 4 o'clock keyword is grand. You only have about 5 minutes to get over and send it away, but you do have some time. And, of course, we'll have a fresh one for you at the top of the hour. Just take grand over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim, and Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a sobering story, unfortunately. It is a sobering story. And then I have to tell you, I don't know, did you guys, as we were watching, did you guys notice how shook those guys were?
Yeah.
Like everybody. I mean, from the chief to the initial officer that spoke all the way up to the university president, man. They were, I mean, you could see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
It was tough.
I believe the first guy was probably the chief of police for the FSU police force.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, it's the worst case scenario. It's what you don't plan for, but it's something you have to train for.
Yeah.
But when you see it firsthand, it's got to be, if it doesn't shake you, you know, you might wonder what's wrong.
Right. They just showed a picture of the shooter who looks like an 18, 19-year-old kid, just like a regular kid. I mean, nothing crazy, no face tats, no nothing.
I think that's the other aspect of this is not only dealing with the chaos and the panic with the student body and trying to, get there as quickly as possible, but then finding out that you also have to console a member of the law enforcement community who had to find out their deep connection to this. I think it adds another layer of emotions to an already emotional situation.
And do you think that there's any, I mean, obviously they're going to, dig into this kid's, digital past, all the other stuff. We're going to know a lot more coming into this weekend of what this kid was like. But I mean, is it, I guess it is possible because we're seeing it happen in real time, but man, it just seems so implausible that, the son of an officer could kind of fly under the radar with a thought process that would lead him to an action of this nature. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you would think that, and I'm just, this is just me again speculating, that if you're a cop, the nature of you is to be kind of questioning, right? Is to always be aware of things that are happening around you and your surroundings. And it just seems so bizarre that it's the kid of an officer. Because the nature of being an officer is to always kind of question and wonder what's going on. Just kind of, paying attention to your surroundings. And, you don't know if the kid's been online.
So
I'm not
I don't
saying
want to put words.
Then don't,
okay,
because I'm not. Right. I'm only saying what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it just seems. It'd be like this: if you had a kid, if you're an FBI agent, and you had a kid that did something like that, theoretically, you think, well, you're an FBI agent, aren't you? Yeah, aren't you aware of everything? kind of thing. That's not, obviously I'm not trying to draw any nefarious thought processes here. It just is kind of weird that's the case. And we don't know anything now. But if you heard, I think we all three gasped when they said it was an officer's gun, and then it was taken from an officer who was his mom.
Yeah, sheriff's deputy.
Yeah. So it's just very bizarre, man. And obviously the information will keep coming in. Like Deb said, the governor, I guess, is scheduled to make a statement a little bit earlier or later, and we'll find out what he has to say. So let's take a little break. 407-916-1041. Again, you can text us your comments on this if you'd like. That is 77031. We'll have a fresh keyword for you at the top of the hour. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
You are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not active. Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Traffic is currently slow on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area through downtown and by the major attractions exits, as well as between the Greenway exit in Seminole County and the St. Johns River Bridge. Still seeing major backups southbound on Pleasant Hill Road due to fire department activity blocking multiple lanes near John Young Parkway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go! But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where we only pour premium Valvoline oil. No appointment needed. Save today at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll get you back on the road in no time.
Spring is in the air, and that means it's time to search your ace off. The Jim Colbert Show has teamed up with Tools Ace Hardware and TK Law for the 2025 edition of our Big Green Egg Hunt. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, will be to decipher the poem and search your ace off. Go to realradio.fm/ace for the poem with clues and keep listening to the Jim Colbert Show weekdays at 3 p.m. for additional hints. Special thanks to Tools Ace Hardware and TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. This contest ends when someone finds the Big Green Egg. Happy hunting.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at FAS Exteriors. These guys are awesome. They installed windows and doors in a couple of my houses right here in Orlando and did an amazing job. Here's the thing, man. They have so many options. Everybody thinks it's just like one window. I'll take this one window. But, man, they have so many different options, so many different looks that can really affect the way that your house looks and feels. These guys are great when it comes to the installs. Totally perfect. My inspector from the county actually commented on how good the installation was for my sliding glass door that I got from FAS Windows and Doors. But that's really commonplace. Since 2005, these guys have earned their spot as Orlando's top-rated window and door experts. Upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. Visit FASWD.com, and as always, trust the leader in windows and doors. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Get an alarm clock. Kane Super Saturday starts this Saturday at 10 a.m. One day only. Everything is on sale. Over $40 million in furniture.
The whole shebang.
Doors open at 10 a.m.
Kane's Super Saturday.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physical present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMITTED.
Hush, little baby, yes you can. Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan. And with that Florida prepaid plan, Mama's gonna send you to college land. And when you're free to pursue your dreams, Mama's gonna watch your future beam.
With a Florida 529 prepaid plan, you can save for your little one's future. Plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
For just a moment, imagine life without joint pain. Erase the constant ache in your knees, hips, or shoulders. Imagine moving with ease, unafraid of that next jolt of pain. At QC Kinetics, we believe your health is your greatest investment, and we're here to help you regain it. Our advanced regenerative therapies revitalize damaged joint tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's not just about relieving pain, it's about restoring your freedom and confidence. Imagine golfing, hiking, or just walking without hesitation. Imagine waking up every morning without pain holding you back. With QC Kinetics, you can turn those dreams into reality by investing in something priceless, your health. Find out if you're a viable candidate by requesting a free consultation today. Call 689-283-9776. What's your health worth to you? If it's worth a free call and consultation, here's the number: 689-283-9776. 689-283-9776.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here from Greenway Kia. By now, you've heard about the auto tariffs, but at Greenway Kia, we planned ahead. We've been stocking up on new Kias at all 3 locations. Drive home the new Kia you want tariff-free. Like new 2025 Kia Sorento SUVs for only $179 per month for 24 months with 0 security deposit. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, $49.95 at inception, plus tax, title, license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 5/5/25.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
So when kids of non-law enforcement parents get their parents' gun and go shoot up schools, those parents get charged. But somehow it's okay and excusable because it was a law enforcement child? I mean, I think the law enforcement officer should be in more trouble for the fact that their kid got a hold of their weapons.
Did anybody ever find Val Deming's service weapon that they stole out of her car? But then she became mayor anyway, so I don't know how that worked out. All right, that's just a question.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Check is your 5 o'clock keyword. We wish you the very best.
Val Demings did not become mayor. She became a member of the House of Representatives.
Right, yeah.
May be running for Orange County mayor.
Yes.
Undetermined.
Yeah.
Her husband, Jerry Demings, became mayor.
Very good, yes.
And way to kick up an old...
Yeah, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And Jack is here as well. By the way, for the gentleman who, that very first talk back, for one thing, this is hours old, man. We don't know.
No one's making excuses.
We don't know what's going to happen yet. I mean, we really don't. I mean, and I'm not, defending or, or accusing anybody of anything. I'm just saying this thing is literally hours old. There's so much information that's coming out. One thing you guys did not see or that we did not broadcast is that the one spokesperson for the sheriff's department, I believe, was the one saying that, somebody asked, I guess, in the press pool, how did he get the gun or whatever, or if the gun was, her service weapon. And I guess it's normal procedure, and I did not know this. That as the weapons get replaced or updated from, and I don't know how often that happens, they will offer that officer that's been carrying that particular service weapon an opportunity to buy that weapon. So let's say for you, I get onto the police department, I get issued a 9mm. I believe still that is the standard caliber that they use in law enforcement. And I have a 10-year, after 10 years, we're like, okay, we're updating the guns. We're going to get we have a new maker or new whatever. We'll give you an opportunity to buy the weapon that you've been using as an officer for a while now. They brought that up at the press conference. I did not know in context why they brought that up, but that was a question that was asked just a few minutes ago. We heard that little quote right before we went to break when we were off the air. The other thing that's out there right now that is absolutely unbelievable. Jack, I don't know if you've been reading the texting service. We had a gentleman who listens to the show all the time. He texted in earlier, not long after it happened, and said something about there's video out there of a girl that's walking through campus, and she walks by two people who had been shot. One had been shot in the rear, in her butt, and had bled through her jeans, and another one was laying just off the sidewalk up the street or whatever, and she was just walking by drinking a Starbucks, like an iced coffee or something, didn't stop to bother and help or do any of that. That video is making the rounds out there as well. I'm scared of that because I don't know if the shootings were indoors or outdoors. They never said anything about the shootings being indoors or outdoors, but they definitely didn't mention that it was outdoors. There was nobody tending to these two girls. So it was just kind of weird. I wonder, are we even sure that video was from Florida State, from the shooting?
I believe it was.
Okay.
The comments I've seen is that, wow, this is where we're at as a society now.
Yeah.
You just can casually stroll past shooting victims while sipping your Starbucks and panning the view without stopping to render aid, calling law enforcement, without doing anything. It shows a level of callousness that...
Right. I just want to make sure the video is actual, because what happens on X and all these other social media places specifically is they'll take old video from other things and they'll attribute a new story to it to try to drum up some troll stuff. So,
clicks.
It was, to get clicks. It is very odd, though, because they're evacuating buildings, and all the video that we've seen, this video was two people laying on the ground outdoors next to a sidewalk, and then nobody was taking care of them. Nobody was rushing to their help. No, nothing. Now, I don't know if she was one of the first persons on the scene, and it doesn't really tell you who's taking the video either. If it is real, I don't even know how to tell you what that human being is like. And would that fall under that whole Good Samaritan thing as well? Like if you walk by someone who's taking a gunshot, are you obligated to stop and help them? And if you don't know if the gunman's still loose, she wasn't in a rush. That's the thing that kills me the most is if that's actual, which we don't know if it is. That she wasn't. If there was no rush, no nothing. It was like walking by it was like a movie scene.
I don't know. I haven't seen the video, and I hope it's not true. But
same here. Yeah,
who knows? It's just disturbing. All right, just a reminder that the shooter, the 20-year-old shooter, was also a member of the son of a deputy, was in the Police Explorer program.
Oh yeah.
So that was something he was involved with the law enforcement community for a good portion of his life. Also, this just in, from my source, the two killed were not FSU students, and what they're hearing is the shooter may have had a beef with them. There may be something.
Oh, really?
They may have been targeted.
Those two people would have been targeted. Yeah. Is it? And it's both. Do we know if they're both girls? Are they male or female? We don't know any of that?
I do not have that.
I do know this. Our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35, who is wonderful. I know that she spends time with the News Junkie every week with those guys, and we've done tons of stuff with Amy and the entire crew over at Fox 35. We were opining earlier that we knew somebody that had a student up at FSU, and it happened to be Amy. She just made a Facebook post that her daughter and her best friend are safe. They're back at they're safe in the room, but I guess that she had to barricade, Amy's daughter had to barricade herself inside of a room that had no locks or doors just to keep safe. And I'm sure, I don't know when she comes on with the News Junkie, but I'm sure that if she's available, she'll probably make a phone call to them tomorrow. I'm sure she's probably going to be inundated as a news person that has had a student up there with actual real-time experience. What?
You want me to call her now?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know, man.
She's on Mondays with the News Junkie.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can call her now if we have access to her. I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to jump on their guest because she is a set guest on their show. But I would love to talk to her if she's available, because that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. When you're a parent and you have a situation like that, mine was nothing like this, but my kids were very, very young, and you feel absolutely helpless. And I just can't imagine what that initial feeling must be like when you hear, there's an active shooter on the campus at the campus that your kid goes to, and you don't know what's going on. It's at the Student Union building, which is a very active place where people gather all the time. It's a giant part of the campus.
And for all the other people who, brothers, sisters, husbands, wives, hearing this, wondering, now what?
Yeah, now what? Exactly. And they have the kid in custody. Obviously,
he's in the hospital.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm saying is he's handled. He's not doing any other damage for the rest of his life. Not like that. That's for sure. And when you see the footage coming out of this shooting in Tallahassee, I mean, they are going through every building, cops, weapons drawn, commanding. All the students are walking with their hands up, to make sure that the officers know that they're not armed, because when the cops go into situations like this, shooters are more savvy now than they were. But, they can drop their guns, hide their stuff, and put their hands up like they're one of the students.
That's what the Parkland shooter did.
Exactly, same thing, right? So, they have to be extremely militant with these kids as they're walking them out, hands up. And, it's no disrespect to them. They're just protecting themselves and other people, because God only knows. You don't know who it is.
Right.
They had no information at that point. There are 2 dead, 6 injured. They are in the hospital. They didn't mention critical condition. They didn't mention the chances of the people in the hospital making it, not making it. They didn't talk about the severity of the injuries. Obviously, any bullet wound is not going to be any fun. Some of them worse than others, of course. If you get any major organs, it's going to be a massive problem. But we haven't heard any of that yet.
No, it's still a very fluid situation. From the press conference at about 4:30, they mentioned that they have several crime scenes to still go over. So this is going to be, it could be well into tomorrow before we get really a lot more details.
Yeah. And somebody says if you watch that video in question, if you listen to the background, there are like gunshots in the background. It doesn't really say how many rounds he got off, right? But he was using a handgun as far as we know. At least one of them was, because it was his mom's former or service weapon, or one of them, a weapon his mom had. And we know that most handguns, I think the most, Jack, do you know anything more than like 15 rounds in a handgun? Something like that? I think my 9 holds like 12 with one in the chamber, if I remember right. It's a staggered big fat grip from its old Smith & Wesson. But I mean,
my clip is before the first ban, that 10-year ban from early 90s, it's 14 plus one in the chamber would be 15.
Mine may be the same, but what we're saying is it's still no more than, it's definitely not like a semi-automatic long rifle where you can have a magazine that has 30, 40, 50 rounds, whatever the case may be. There's no indication that was the case. I mean, not to mention, not saying that one's better than the other by any means, but so we'll get as much information as we can on this, guys, and bring it to you as we get it. 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. I will say that your 5 o'clock keyword is check. And I'm going to go ahead and read that other clue for the Search Your Ace Off contest. This feels very weird doing this right now, but I told you I'd do it at 5 o'clock.
Well, yeah, you've got people sitting in their cars.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to go out and find that package that we have for from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. And, of course, Ray Trinley over at TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Here we go. We'll read it real quick. These are the 3 stanzas, and we'll go to break and then come back and do some other regular programming and just kind of deal as much of this information out as we can when we get it. There's no reason to get here, sit, and just kind of say it over and over again because we really don't have anything else. Here we go. If you're listening and you're doing the Tools Search Your Ace Off contest, I'm going to read the 3 that we have out there right now. The last one, of course, is the one that we released today. Here we go. A hearty welcome to all that dare heed the call of a treasure that will be sure to please. $1,000 grill, a box of cigars, and a will awaits if you decipher this tease. It's on public land, so you won't need to stand on anyone's property or place. You won't need to swim or climb, but some digging may be fine to lift it from its space. Here's the new one. In Orlando there lies a special place with deep ties to the city for which we can be proud. With a jaunty grin and a steely nerve within, a feat sure to please any crowd. You can also see that at JimColbertLive.com. Try to work that out, and tomorrow we are going to dump the remainder of the clues on you, and then it'll be an no-holds-barred race to this $4,000 package.
I'm so nervous about inadvertently giving something away, I won't even make a joke.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Nope.
I appreciate that very much.
No.
All right, let's take a little break. When we come back, I'll tell you the best fried chicken in town. We'll do that
Real
right
Radio
there.
is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Slow traffic continues in the usual spots on I-4 today in the Orlando area through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Still seeing delays from the earlier fire department activity that was blocking southbound lanes on Pleasant Hill Road near John Young Parkway. Traffic getting heavier on the turnpike for those traveling by the Beach Line and Orange Blossom Trail exits. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
We're back in the miller's yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stuff.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. You ever think to yourself, man, I'd really like to know what's going on with my heart. I'd really like to know if I'm in really good health. I'd really like to know. My checkup doesn't really give me that sense of peace of mind that I really want. Well, if that's the case, you need to head over to Life Imaging FLA and get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, but let me tell you from experience, guys, this is an amazing technology that you should use to your advantage to make sure that you're doing all right. I took this disc with this information over to my primary care doctor that I'd had for 10 years, and he was amazed at how clear it was. He was amazed at what he could see, and he saw that everything was fine. Calcium score of 0. But man, when I walked out of there, I felt different. I felt lighter, and the reason why is because I knew there were no creeping issues in my chest. That peace of mind is not replaceable. Let me tell you, it feels great. So you can feel it as well. Here's what you do. Just get online. That means pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. It is time to make that call and take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Direct mortgage lenders they're licensed nationwide, and if you're looking to buy or sell, the WeAreNotTheBanks.com, that's Brad Siebert and his team, they have a special realtor program, puts you in touch with the top agents where you get 25% off the commission back towards your closing costs. WeAreNotTheBanks.com for all your mortgage needs, whether it's debt consolidation, commercial business, their move-up buyers program, even new construction. I did a refi many years ago with WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Brad Siebert walked me through every step of the process. It was fast, easy, and I got a great rate. For all your mortgage needs, the website is WeAreNotTheBanks.com. NMLS ID number 150953, equal housing opportunity.
We don't want to live forever. We just want to live right now. They said, if you drink, you will die. My uncle went like this to the doctor. Yeah, man, let's go. He sees me one time. He thinks he knows me.
George Lopez, live on stage, June 8th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Don't miss George Lopez Live, Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
The accident wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have to pay those bills. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay for your medical bills. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The free iHeartRadio app just made spring break and Easter holiday travel better for the whole family. Sing along with playlists like Disney hits. Can I get a Dance to today's pop hits on Hit Nation Junior. And learn something new with podcasts like Wow in the World.
Scientists were working on self-driving cars in 1939.
iHeartRadio, because every family road trip deserves a great soundtrack. Open the iHeartRadio app, search family, and listen now.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Real, no radio.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 5 o'clock keyword is check, guys. CHECK. Go over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Check will do it. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Favorite fried chicken, guys?
I'm picky about this.
Are you really? I have to tell you, I am really picky about it. I used to only eat my own fried chicken. I didn't like getting it out because I thought it was too greasy.
And a lot of times the breading to chicken ratio.
Yeah, a little too much. Like when people eat that extra crispy from Kentucky, from KFC, that's one of the complaints I heard about that. Like it's just there's too much crispies, there's too much
crunch,
too much breading on it. There is one out there that was an overwhelming favorite though, and it's a brand we all know. There's only one of these, if I remember right, that I don't remember. It's so funny how they say, yeah, I've actually eaten every one of these, this fried chicken products. And this is a Reddit thing. So who do you think? Who do you think won the best fried chicken nationwide?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Popeyes.
Popeyes is the answer.
Yeah?
It wasn't even close. But
Really?
there was a caveat, though. What people
customer service.
That's exactly what they
was
said.
the worst.
They're like, look, we love Popeyes. Here's what we don't like. Being told to F off while ordering.
Right, exactly.
Their customer service did not hold up very well.
Oh.
But what they say in the context of the story is that even tells you how much better their fried chicken is than everybody else's. Like they could literally do whatever they want to you while you're ordering, and you're still going to come back and get that fried chicken.
Just like the soup Nazi.
Yes. Super low scores for customer service. Matter of fact, some of these people in this story, they're like, we actually will drive out of our way to a Popeyes that is run properly before we'll go to one that's a mile away. It's such a different experience altogether.
It's so well known how poor the customer service is. You think they would address it.
They do not.
That is, why not?
Well, I don't know that they do not. Maybe they try and just can't find the people or can't find the people to kind of, set that kind of tone the way they do it. Maybe Chick-fil-A or maybe any of these other companies. Starbucks for a while. I think they're kind of coming back, but they had a really good customer service credit or history.
You think Popeyes is called, Chick-fil-A? Hey, man, we're like practically cousins. How do you do it so right and we do it so wrong?
This is one statement. It says Popeyes is undisputed #1 for taste and texture, but their service is abysmal. I used to live across the street from one and I was hooked, but I would literally drive to the other part of town because the one across the street wasn't good. The customer service was so terrible. And man, I haven't eaten Popeyes in forever. But Deb and I
haven't. Oh man.
But Deb and I talk when it comes to perfect meals. That 3-piece
with the red beans and rice and the biscuit.
Beans and rice and a biscuit is almost unfair.
I've only eaten them like twice in my life.
Oh. Really?
And one time was when that big chicken sandwich thing.
Oh, the spicy chicken with the pickle?
Yeah, so I finally found one, had one. It was a damn good sandwich. I think one other time, twice in my life, I've had Popeyes.
Oh my God, it's so good, buddy. If you haven't had their chicken, like the regular chicken, you should get a 3-piece tonight. 3-piece spicy with red beans and rice and a biscuit. Deb nailed it.
Well, why would I do that? I have a wife.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, dude, I like that. I like that. Is she going to make you some Popeyes, dog?
She's going to make me dinner, and I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to be thankful, and I'm going to say it was great, honey.
What do you think the next one was? This is a much less noted brand, still good, and they're a bit of a troubled franchise. They were for a while.
Maryland.
No, that's a great guess, though. I'm not a big fan of Maryland fried chicken.
Oh.
Churches?
Churches came in third.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this second one is, and they were here in town for a while.
Bojangles.
Then they went away and they came back. It's Bojangles. And remember the other day when I told you that when I worked at the sub shop that we used to find other food vendors that we would trade our free food for their free food?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bojangles was where we did it. Over in Pine Hills off of Highway 50 going toward or near Hiawassee is where it was, and there was a Bojangles there. And we would call those guys up in the morning, and they used to serve the best breakfast, which was weird.
Really?
They had good-ass breakfast, but Bojangles is good, man. I haven't had it in a while, but I remember Bojangles being pretty darn good. Same kind of thing, with the biscuits and the chicken. So good. And then honey on the biscuit. Got to have that because the savory from the honey and the biscuit go very well with the super savory chicken and crisp. So delicious. And then Church's was the other one.
Really?
And Church's is one of those weird things because people didn't like the way that Church's cut their chicken. Because when you would get the wings weren't cut. They were full-size wings.
Oh.
And for some reason, people have a problem with that. But the funny thing is when I roast wings at home, that's exactly how I cook them. I don't cut them apart.
Oh, I'm sure Jack does the same.
I only cut them apart when I fry them for like chicken wings, like wings. And Church's has good-ass fried okra, by the way.
Don't you call them wingies? No, drummies.
Drummies. Nothing wrong with it. It's a perfectly good description of a chicken drummet.
Yeah, if you're 6.
Yeah.
Look at Chicken Fingers is losing his mind over there.
The thing is this, I don't know if Church's has a spicy chicken. That's the only thing I don't remember Church's having. Because again, there was one in Pine Hills when I lived there, and every day every Friday when I got paid, I would go cash my check, and then right across the street was the Church's, so I treated myself to Church's fried chicken and a big ass family size okra.
Oh wow!
Because I love fried okra, love it. You like fried okra?
No.
Why not?
Because my first try with okra was boiled.
Oh yeah. My dad used to suck it out of the pod and then suck that back up into his mouth to make us all throw up. It's great.
Good memories. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, it was that and no hugs. It was great. He would get those boiled okra pods and he would put them in his mouth because he knew he hated it.
Right.
And he would suck all that stuff out of there and then spit it and then suck it back up into his mouth. And I would just be marveling at that and how terrible of an idea that was.
And then you'd do it over your sister's head while she was sleeping.
We all hated it. We're like, God, what are you doing, man? Like an animal over there. Just eat it. What are you doing? You don't need to play with it. You just smacked me in the face for doing the same thing with my mashed potatoes. What are you doing?
Not fair.
All right, 77031. Give us a text there as well. The question of the day, by the way, we have up is, are you stocking up on anything? Now, it's so funny. When the guys came in today, I started telling them, I said, did you see the March retail numbers? And, of course, with all this stuff going on, people would automatically think, well, people are holding on to their money. They're not spending money.
Not yet.
That wasn't the case at all. Actually, March had a very good retail month. And the reason why is because people are like buying all the stuff for when the tariffs hit, they can't afford it.
Brilliant.
Which is what they're doing right now. That's our question of the day. Are you stocking up on anything?
This is the stable genius in action. He's scaring us into buying.
Exactly. It could be the whole plan, Jack. That's why I've kept my mouth shut. You don't know. That's the whole plan. I will tell you what I am doing this weekend. I am buying some olive oil this weekend. And I'm buying...
Find a BOGO deal?
I did. You know what the funny one? I did find a BOGO deal. It was still $28. $28 for, I think, 16 ounces of olive oil, and you get 16 for free for BOGO. But I didn't get it because I didn't need it at the time. But I'm definitely doing that.
Yeah, but now it's not going to be on BOGO anymore.
Oh, you can always find it on BOGO at Publix. That's why you have to make the move now, because when you see those items in the news that come up and they're like, this is going to be hard to find, that's definitely when you're getting BOGO. Also, coffee is another one.
Coffee, chocolate.
Yeah, coffee and chocolate. You got to make sure you get stocked up on that, because that stuff is definitely going to get hit. I don't know how much more it'll go up. I don't know if it really affects most families. But if the tariffs do go through and they stay the way they are, I saw a report today, it could cost families in America anywhere from $3,500 to $5,000 a year in extra costs. And that's if you're not making a big purchase like an automobile or anything like that. That's just general household living. Clothes are getting destroyed. The textile industry is going to be tough.
I'm taking sewing lessons. That's it.
Seriously.
I have the machine. I just need to learn how to use it.
Not a bad idea.
What would you make?
I don't know, but I haven't turned it on, and it hasn't been turned on in about 10 years. So I think my first trip is to the sewing machine store. Hey, I think you need to kind of give it a tune-up.
Is it a Singer?
Yeah, I think so. It's an old. My mom had it. My mom sewed all her life. She used to sew clothes for my sisters.
Oh, I bet they love
way
that.
back when. At the time they did, that was what was up in the 60s.
Yeah,
my mom made our clothes too, because necessity. Single mom.
Yeah.
She went and picked her own vegetables and then canned them, and then she learned how to make our winter coats.
In the 50s and the 60s, that was the deal.
Yeah,
you liked it.
My wife's mom also made the clothes. My grandmother. Oddly enough, I have a picture I want to show you guys when we go to break. But my grandma used to make my little sister's dresses and my cousin's suits.
Oh, wow.
And made them out of that. I mean, is it rayon, nylon? What is the what would they make those suits out of back in the day?
Polyester.
Polyester. There you go.
Flammable AF.
Oh my God Almighty! You can catch on fire on a hot day.
Yeah, exactly. Do not stand next to the candles in church.
Yeah, and that's what you do. We would wear this stuff to church. Church had no AC, by the way.
Oh.
The old church that my grandmother helped find had no AC. We would sit there in full-blown polyester suits. That's with vest.
Oh.
In a church with no AC.
And all day.
All day.
What time would you get to church in the morning?
9.
What time would you leave?
1, and then come back at like 5, and then stay from 5 until like 8. And that was, and then Wednesdays you do the evening church, like 6 till like 8 or whatever it was. Do Catholics do that? Do they do a lot of church nights?
Oh, no.
Because Baptists love church nights. They got a night for everything for the Baptists. And my cousins used to go to a thing called Awanas, which was like a school almost, like a summer camp / school thing that they would have. Like it'd be like run for 13 weeks, and you'd learn some stuff and everything like that. I used to love doing that because it was fun. It was like it was like going to like summer school.
And now they have VBK, Vacation Bible School, or VBS. Sorry.
Yeah.
Vacation Bible School, and that's pretty popular with the kids.
It is.
But church-wise, we were out about 50 minutes. I would always look at my watch whenever we hit the Father, because I knew that was my indicator on how long it was going.
That's your heart out?
Yeah. It's like,
once you hear the Father.
Okay. Once we're there, then I know it's like, we're early today. Or,
Well, for Baptists, did you guys, man, this is so interesting because I don't know. Do you guys pass the plate in church? Or So you guys Catholics do pass the plate?
Hey, everybody, if you're Christian, tithing is part of what you're supposed to do.
Understood, but I didn't know how you handled it. I didn't know if it was handled in private or if you, because in the Baptist, and with Baptist or a lot of the denominations of Christianity, they pass that plate and that thing is proud. That's when I kind of knew.
Oh, no, they pass the plate, and if you don't put anything in it, they tap you on the head to remind you just in case you... I'm kidding.
No.
I'm teasing you. They never did that. They never did that, but they gave you the look.
No, well, what's interesting about that is as they tried to convert to digital, and you can donate online, and then you could also set it as a recurring donation, which to the church was great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because they're guaranteeing if you miss or anything, that money is still coming in on a regular basis. However, people were hesitant to do it because it looked like they were not putting in as the basket went by.
Yeah, because that's a big part of it. I remember, oh man, my uncle. I got a very interesting uncle because they give you those little envelopes. Remember?
I remember this story.
That way, well, I don't think you remember this one, but you would have to put your money in the little envelope. That way, when you put and you would make sure everybody saw you put your envelope in the tie. You'd literally hold it up. Here we go. Everybody, check it out. I'm tithing. And you'd put that in there, and you'd smile, you'd be so proud. You'd sit there with your chest out because, man, times are tough up in P-Town. And, we were all like, my whole family was like blue-collar workers. Nobody made big dollars up there, right? My uncle used to put IOUs.
Nice. in the envelope. Outstanding. Bravo.
He had something to put in the basket.
Bravo.
Yeah, I'll get you next week, dog. Got you next week, dog.
You want to, what the Catholics, their game, we used to get as kids in the 70s, we'd get our own small box of envelopes, and your parents would like give you a quarter or something so you could put money in. They're training you to put money in.
We got
every
that
week.
same thing. When you said that, I was like, oh my God, that we got that same thing. You'd be so proud to put your quarter in there.
Absolutely.
And that was a big deal for me because I was a straight up video game addict.
Yeah.
And I mean, giving a quarter away was a big deal. I'd stolen so many of them from my grandmother's purse. I think the one I gave, I stole from her. But I remember that was such a big deal, man. When that tithing basket, when that thing came through, that's how we knew church was about to come to an end, because that soft music would start playing, because the preacher knew how to cue the choir, and then the piano player, and then that soft piano would come in. I'm like, oh man, we're passing the plate. We're the hell out of here. I'll be in Quincy's in no time.
For us, it was as soon as everyone was done with receiving Holy Communion, you're like, all right, couple of songs, a prayer, and the priest bless us for the day. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. What is the Our Father thing? Is that the beginning of a prayer or something?
It's the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, it's the Lord's Prayer? Okay, Our Father who art. Okay, good.
Heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
Earth as is.
Have you started skipping the part of do not deliver us from... I still can't switch that. I still say that.
What, do not...
Well, Pope Francis, I guess, had changed it earlier in the year from deliver us not from evil to something else.
Oh, really?
And I just can't
He's
remember
got that kind of juice you can do that?
Oh, yeah. Forgive us our trespasses, we forgive those who live. It's not even...
Well,
I don't know,
for the
I
church,
that
that's said in the Catholic
Yeah.
Church.
I knew the Lord's Prayer so much because we said it before every baseball game.
Really?
Yeah, we would stand in a circle and say the Lord's Prayer before every baseball game up in my hometown. The coach demanded it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good Catholic man.
Well, I don't know if he was or not, but
I'm going to claim him anyway.
he wanted that prayer being said. That's for sure. It did not help us. We went like 4 and 10. I'm like, we need a new prayer, dog.
There's a lesson in humility.
Right. Is that what it is? Very good. But that's what we knew, man. I knew that was coming, and I was like, as a kid, I just, we were just kind of rambunctious. So my grandmother would give me that. Remember that fruit stripe gum, Jack?
Oh,
you remember fruit stripe gum?
Yeah. Flavor lasted about 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Literally.
I would rather smell it than eat it. But my grandmother would buy that fruit stripe gum, and I learned down the line, because she passed when I was 15 years old, God rest her soul, but she had told me, she goes, that was the best insurance I could ever get, because you'd sit there like a stone if you knew you were getting a piece of fruit stripe gum. So me and my sister would sit there and stare straight ahead while this woman was screaming bloody murder in our face, because we went to a Pentecostal church, and they do not hold back, by the way.
No.
They let you know where you're going to go if you don't do exactly what they say. You're burned. And when you're 7 and you have a woman with a bouffant hairdo screaming in your face that you're going to burn in hell, that does stuff to you.
Oh, yeah.
That certainly does stuff to you.
As long as you don't notice anybody at Hooters or the liquor store or the bar. You know?
Let me tell you something. That whole backsliding thing, remember that? You know what backsliding is? You guys don't have
yeah.
that? Do you have that in the Catholic Church? You have a term for that?
Yeah, it's called sinning.
It's just sinning. You don't have a fun little interesting name you can put on a baseball jersey for it?
Just like if we say bless your soul, we're actually saying bless your soul.
Yeah.
There's no side meaning. There's no insult.
Yeah, we're throwing shade when we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're like, bless your soul. You're like, oh, you sin. But, man, in small towns, man, if they found out that you had a beer or had a drink or went dancing or listened to a song or a record you're not supposed to listen to, they're like, oh, you hear? Jim's backsliding.
Exactly.
He's backsliding. He's heading toward the devil. And they would have a whole intervention. Like, they would come to your house.
No, I'm sure.
And that's a weird-ass thing. I mean, it's like, literally, imagine if Handmaid's Tale could choose their own clothes. That's who's walking to your house to help you out. It's all these Amish-looking women with bonnets and whatnot. Mean, by the way. Oh, my God, those women are mean AF.
No, I've got some nuns who would tell you to hold their beer.
Oh, yeah? You get smacked by one of those things?
I didn't, but my remedial math teacher, Sister Jacqueline, used to start every class. Unlike,
with a beating?
No. You guys are so stupid.
No way, really?
Oh.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, but then she'd ask if we had any questions.
Jack, did you
I used to call her Sister Needs to Get Her some.
You ever get ripped by a nun?
No. The only times I've encountered nuns in our Sunday school or CCD at the time when it wasn't on Sundays.
Yeah, CCD.
What is CCD?
Deb, help me out on this one.
Oh, Catholic. Oh, catechism.
Catholic Catechism.
No, hang on a second. We're both Googling it now, right? And
Deltona.
Okay, CCD Catholic.
Yeah, okay.
It is...
Confraternity of Christian Doctrine.
Had no idea that's what it stood for, Jack. It took all these many years.
I'm glad I learned. I thought it was a bank.
No, the Confraternity
of Christian
Doctrine is now commonly referred to as its abbreviation CCD, or simply as Catechism.
Yeah,
and provides religious education to Catholic children attending secular school.
There you go. All right, very nice.
Yeah, I CCD all my life, and that's the first time I've ever looked it up. I am 58 years old.
Oh, man.
All right,
hey, it's
407.
always good to learn, Jack.
916-1041, text 77031. Don't forget you get some time left there for the keyword check, CHECK. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Get over to realradio.fm and send that out for your chance at $1,000. Right now, though, load them up. It's time for trivia. We'll do that next.
Woohoo!
Do you want to play a game? Good. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is next. Call now, 407-916-1041.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA.
Florida State has canceled all sporting events through Sunday after today's campus shooting. 5 people were killed, 6 others were hurt. Florida's found their replacement for star guard Walter Clayton Jr. They got a commitment yesterday from Princeton transfer Xavier Lee. And longtime college football broadcaster Lee Corso is retiring from ESPN's College Game Day. He'd been part of the pregame show since back in 1987. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Hastings Main Street presents the annual Cabbage, Potato, and Bacon Fest coming up April 26th and 27th right there in beautiful Hastings, Florida. Highlights include cooking demonstrations, culinary tasting events with renowned chefs, the Great Hastings Mowdown Lawnmower Race, Miss Potato Queen and Beauty Pageant, live music, kids zone, so much more. This is a family-friendly, fun weekend, and it's just a short drive from historic St. Augustine. Get your details today at hastingsfl.org, all funded by the St. Johns County Tourist Development Council. It's the annual Cabbage, Potato, and Bacon Fest, April 26th and 27th. Get your tickets and all the info you need at hastingsfl.org/Cabbage, Potato, Baking Fest.
Get an alarm clock. Kane's Super Saturday starts this Saturday at 10 a.m. One day only. Everything is on sale. Over $40 million in furniture.
The whole shebang.
Doors open at 10 a.m.
Kane's Super Saturday.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Randy Rainbow, National Freakin' Treasure Tour. Saturday, October 25th at Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster and Hard Rock Live box office.
Roundup Dual Action products rock like a hardcore metal band. This stuff kills existing weeds down to the root, and for an encore, keeps them from coming back for up to 4 months. That's a non-stop 16-week tour of killing and preventing weeds in all the famous outdoor venues, the patio, the driveway, the mulch bed, even along the fence. When it comes to your hardscapes and landscapes, the stuff puts on a show. Roundup Dual Action products kill and prevent weeds for up to 4 months. This stuff rocks. This stuff works. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's the free event you've been waiting for. The Leesburg Bike Fest presented by Progressive, April 25th to 27th. A weekend packed with high-octane fun and rock and roll. Catch headliners Dirty Honey, Lit, Fuel, and the Marshall Tucker Band. Experience the Wall of Death, Pro Action Wrestling, 20 local bands, and more. There's something for everyone. Visit LeesburgBikeFest.com today to upgrade your experience with Sonny's Barbecue VIP passes. Sponsored by Budweiser, Gator Harley-Davidson, and Discover Lake County, Florida. Leesburg Bike Fest, where the road meets rock.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hello, Jim Colbert crew, Matt from Jacksonville. Let me tell you something, that fried chicken list, there's a lot of people on there that never experienced Lee's famous recipe.
Oh, yes.
There was one in College Park that I spent a lot of time at. That's some damn good fried chicken.
Sanford.
Yeah.
Are they still there?
Yes.
Thank you.
Man, come on, man. I got to stop at the nearest Popeyes on the way to pick up my kid. Man, I'll tell you though, their biscuit is the only biscuit out of any chicken fast food chain place that I will not put any honey on. It doesn't need it. It's perfect all by itself.
It is good, dude.
Oh, man, I hate you guys. I'm going to Popeyes.
All right.
See you.
Hit me up, dog. Hit me up. Three-piece
give me
spicy.
3-piece.
Am I the only one who's like, I like KFC original recipe, mashed potatoes
Nothing-
with gravy
nothing wrong
and
with
their
that.
biscuit?
You're a good American.
Let's go.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're a fine American.
It's like one of the most popular restaurants worldwide.
It is.
Now talk to me about this Lee's chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Lee's famous recipe chicken.
If I hit you in the face with one of those chicken breasts, it would break your jaw.
Remember when they used to come in?
All the time. Yeah, because I
and
gained 60 pounds.
And he'd bring so much food. Oh,
Yeah,
it was so good.
God rest his soul, by the way.
Yeah, he passed.
Let me tell you, man.
He went to my church.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweetest guy ever.
Yeah.
Owned by the same people who own Sobic Subs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In town. So both very well-run companies.
And Skibo's.
And Skibo's,
which
right?
is Sobic's backwards.
Because they got some kind of legal thing or
Yeah,
something.
they had to
so
change the name.
They had to replace the name, so they called it Skibo's instead of Sobic's. And their home office is out there in Sanford or whatever. But yeah, there's one on 1792.
Yeah, Lee's
up in
famous
Sanford.
recipe
It's been there
chicken.
forever, man.
Oh,
I'm
so
going to have
good.
to check that out because I'm real picky about my fried chicken.
Yeah, giant fat pieces of chicken, too. It's damn good. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1. Check is your 5 o'clock keyword, CHECK. Still got some time to get over to realradio.fm and send that off. Maybe you can win that $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack has the Jackie sack. Let's do it. All aboard.
Ah, chugga chugga.
Ah, choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
3 prizes up for grabs. The winner gets to choose. It might be a pair of tickets to see the Orlando Pride take on the Washington Spirit at Inter & Co Stadium, happening this Saturday. You want to get your tickets? You can do it at orlando-pride.com. Go, ladies. Also, we have a pair of tickets to see Stick Figure Island Holiday Tour with special guest Stephen Marley. That's at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater on July 3rd, so you got a little time for that little reggae fest. And finally, Tijuana Flats is celebrating turning 30 years old.
Wow.
And celebrating 3 decades of bold flavor with 2 epic taco meal deals available in-store and online for a limited time. $8.88 for Dos Taco meal. Includes 2 tacos, chips, and a regular drink. Available every day except Tuesdays. Now, that said, your prize will be a $25 gift card to Tijuana Flats.
That goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's in the Jackie Sack today.
Back to you, clickety clack.
Very nice. By the way, somebody checked in, Jack. You didn't mention I think the best thing that KFC offers.
What's that?
I think their coleslaw is exceptional.
I'm sorry.
I think their coleslaw is great. And they grind it small. You put salt on it. It's really, really good. They do a damn good job.
Absolutely love their coleslaw. See, I like their sides. Oh, and the original, it doesn't even have to be extra crispy.
Yeah.
Original recipe, let's go. Coleslaw, mashed potatoes, gravy, and biscuits.
Don't like the mashed potatoes at KFC.
Yeah.
Don't care for them. Gravy good. Mashed potatoes, a little thin. A little thin. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, young lady.
1.
1 right up top. Luke.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Glad to hear that. Want to play a little game with us?
Sure do.
All right, let's do it then.
Do you want to play a game?
All right, Luke, this is a real easy game, boss. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is not true, Luke. It is a lie, big dog.
Aw.
But if you can find it, I'll send you over to the Jackie Sack, and you can choose something nice for yourself. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 1839, the country of Guatemala forms their republic. That's right, Guatemala born on this day, basically, the republic, their government. Here are 3 fun facts about Guatemala and 1 Central American lie.
Oh,
Here we go. Number 1, Guatemala is the birthplace of chocolate. Number 2, in Guatemala, kites are flown to honor the dead. Number 3, Guatemala produces a large portion of the world's jade. Or lastly, translated, Guatemala means land of fire. Which of those is a lie?
Let's go with number 2.
No, that's absolutely true. In Guatemala, kites are flown during All Saints' Day to honor their dead.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool, actually. Thousands of people. Matter of fact, the last one they had, about 90,000 people showed up to fly their kites and honor their relatives who had passed.
Such a good time. I haven't flown a kite in years.
It's so much fun. 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let's go 2.
2 right there is Josh. Josh, how you doing, boss?
Good, thanks.
Good. Glad to hear that, buddy. We're talking about Guatemala. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, Guatemala is the birthplace of chocolate. Number 2, Guatemala produces a large portion of the world's jade. Or lastly, translated, Guatemala means land of fire.
I'm going to go with number 2.
No, that's absolutely true. Guatemala does produce a large portion of the world's jade. And I'll tell you something interesting about that. It actually wasn't that case until the 90s when a hurricane rolled through there and washed away a giant portion of a mountain that revealed a massive mine and deposit of jade.
Because I was going to say, I would have thought that would be a Southeast Asia.
Yeah, they found it on accident.
Wow.
3, 4, or 5?
3.
Oh, let's go right down the line there. Howard, how you doing?
How you doing?
Doing good, buddy. You got a 50-50 shot here. We're talking about Guatemala. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, Guatemala is the birthplace of chocolate. Or lastly, translated, Guatemala means land of fire.
It is number 1 to lie, to chocolate.
No, that's absolutely true.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Guatemala is the birthplace of chocolate as we know it for sure. That means 2, 4, or 5, Deb.
Let's go 4.
You're the executioner. James, how you doing?
I'm doing better now that Deb picked my number.
You are doing better.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, tell me if this is true or not. Translated, Guatemala means land of fire.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's not true.
It's not. Any idea what it may mean?
No.
Yeah, it means place of many trees. That's it. There you go. I'm going to put you on hold. You're the man.
Congratulations, James.
And the reason I chose that is because Guatemala has a whole bunch of volcanoes.
Really?
Which I did not know until today. Let's find out some other things about Guatemala before we make it to the top of the hour. Guatemala is where American school buses go to die. If you go to Guatemala and you tour around there, there's things called chicken buses. So when school buses here in America reach their limit, I think they can go 10 years or a certain amount of miles before they have to be decommissioned and sold off and replaced. They actually sell them to Guatemala, and they use those school buses for public transport. And they decorate them with chickens for some reason.
Guatemala, Colombia, you name it.
So they use them and they call them chicken buses. Everybody knows about chicken buses in Guatemala.
And you know what they call the people who ride them? Chicken jockeys.
Oh.
And then they throw food at them.
You're about to say Colombia has them as well?
Oh, yeah, they're great. They play music. They're decorated with tassels.
Yeah.
You have every hula girl lined up on the dash. It's a party on however many wheels.
It is. It's very cool.
Just say a prayer for that you don't die.
40% of Guatemala's agricultural export is?
Well, he said cocoa or chocolate, so cocoa?
It's not cocoa. That is, I mean, that's a giant export for them, but not like this. And
coffee?
It used to be more. It's coffee.
Okay.
It actually used to be more than that. They say Guatemalan coffee has a real cocoa kind of earthy flavor to it because of the soil and everything. I guess maybe that's why the chocolate grows so great there. And then lastly here, there are how many volcanoes in Guatemala, and a number of them still active?
I'm going to go 70.
That's not a bad guess. Guatemala looks like to be the size of like a large state or maybe a medium-sized state.
Yeah, that's
like
why when you
Oklahoma.
said they had a lot of them, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not, how many?
In that little area, there are 30 volcanoes in Guatemala, and a number of them are still active. So there you go.
Nailed it.
On this day in 1839, Guatemala forms its republic and becomes an actual like thing. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Many women, we've talked about this a little bit, but many women have decided to kind of stay single. And nobody really, I mean, you can always kind of get an idea of why that may be, but they've kind of isolated one of the main reasons that women can be single. And I will tell you, it's oddly simple and a little surprising. I'll tell you what that is next.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic in the Orlando area remains heavily backed up on I-4 for those taking the interstate east and westbound as you travel by the major attractions exits and through downtown. Delays continue northbound on the 429 due to an earlier crash that was reported between Colonial Drive and the Plant Street exits. If you run into other traffic problems today, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Spring into deals with fresh savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Stay Green or Premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Lowe's, we help you save. While supplies last, selection and availability vary by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Offer valid 4/17/25 to 4/30/25.
Yep, spring is here, no question, and Tools Ace Hardware is here to help with 11 locations, including Steel outdoor power equipment. Now, if you haven't heard of Steel, it's STIHL. You'll know it for sure because when you see all the professional landscapers here in Central Florida rolling by on their trailers, that's what you see hanging there. Their edgers, their mowers, their chainsaws. And at Tools Ace Hardware, they service what they sell, which means you can bring in your Steel equipment to their stores for any repairs or warranty issues. Even better, Tools is open 7 days a week with 1 to 2 day turnaround times on repairs and better pricing on labor than their competitors. Stop by for that tune-up on your equipment or take advantage of spring savings on lawnmowers, grass trimmers, edgers, and so much more. Shop outdoor power equipment right there in store, or you can do it online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
Ron White, live. If your eyes go bad, you can have LASIK surgery and they can give you 20/20 vision. But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
May 21st, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. For mature audiences.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com. Kia.com.
Joe Rossi from Greenway Kia here. Tariffs are hitting the auto industry hard, but we're ready. We loaded up on brand new Kias across all 3 locations. Right now, they're in stock and tariff-free, with interest rates as low as 0% for 72 months. Plus, take $3,000 off any new 2025 Kia Sportage. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Stock number SG292557. MSRP $30,840. Qualified applicants to the KFA. 0 down. $13.88 per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR financing. Plus tax, title, license, $8.99 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 5/5/25.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Spring is here, the perfect season to give your aging roof the attention it deserves. Florida's highest rated roofer is here to help. Save up to $2,000 this season. Get started at jannyroofing.com.
Offer only applies on full roof replacement and expires May 31st, 2025.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS, BILLS, BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hi, Colbert crew. Deb, this is a question for you. Next Tuesday is my birthday, and I'm going to take it off work and spend it in Mount Dora. And I was wondering if you could suggest a few fun things to do, or perhaps direct me to a website so I can make some fun plans.
Hey guys, I tell you what, you guys talking about food and such, man. I really miss, my family and I miss Sweet Tomatoes so bad.
Oh my God.
That was just an awesome place. Also, do you remember, was it Duff's Smorgasbord years ago where it would spin around and hurry up, get your corn before it goes in the back or whatever? I don't know if you remember that, but
I don't know, but ever since I discovered Publix fried chicken, KFC, and Popeyes, they just don't cut it anymore. Publix fried chicken rules.
No, I'm not against Publix fried chicken. Not even close to my favorite. I mean, not even close.
Favorite?
Popeyes.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I'm gonna eat. I'm eating Popeyes. I'm gonna eat that every day. And I'm with Jack. I'm not. I'm not against KFC. It's got to be extra crispy for me. I'm not an original guy, but I know people who will only eat original KFC.
Yeah, I'll eat it either way. I don't care.
Welcome back.
fried chicken, dude.
Your 6 o'clock keyword is Bills. Don't say that, dude. Come on, man.
What?
Don't say it's just fried chicken as if all fried chicken is the same.
I
That's
didn't
not even,
say just. You added just. I said it's fried chicken, dude.
But what you're inferring is that it doesn't matter who makes it. It's fried chicken, as if all fried chicken's the same. It's not.
Okay, I forgot, Mr. Bougie pants over there.
His clear ice.
It's gotta be Popeye, and then Publix. I can go to Publix if Popeyes isn't open, and the customer service really sucks. But KFC, yes, I could do KFC on a Saturday in Maine.
Bills is your 6 o'clock keyword. BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Maybe you can take $1,000 and buy yourself something to ram into Jack's face.
but that Lee's famous recipe fried chicken, yes, that I can do.
The wheels on the show go round and round.
I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Oh, they fell off.
And Jack is here as well.
Only on a nice summer evening, though.
Yeah. So what do you think here, guys? This is a Newsweek story. It's actually kind of interesting. It says women are choosing the single life. A lot more women these days choosing not to find a partner, to kind of roll it on their own. It says they call it being boy sober or decentering men. In other words, taking men out of the center of their wants for life, because a lot of people in our age group, for sure, especially women, I know that people that I grew up with were, hey, you go find yourself a good man.
Right.
Yeah, you marry him up, and then you start having kids, and off you go. That's, that was your goal as a woman. It was never career related. It was never anything like that. It was just you find a man to hook up to, and then you guys roll through life together. That was every single narrative I ever heard for young ladies when I was growing up.
Okay, that would be for you. And it was the complete opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had one girl in my graduating class who wanted to become a homemaker.
Oh, really? That's
and
crazy.
And the rest of us went, what?
Yeah. What are you
doing?
doing?
Why did you go to a college prep school?
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that tuition money? I mean...
Yeah.
Now,
well, she wants a smart husband.
Or to be able to educate her children as she's rearing her children. But that was very out of step with my graduating class.
Right. And it's so funny because, again, and I think maybe a lot of people listening could kind of relate to both of us. I mean, depending on where you are, I think the message is going to be different, right? For my very small hometown that's kind of in a bubble, that's just kind of how girls were raised. I mean, not all of them, but I mean, a large portion of the girls I went to school with, they were looking to find somebody to couple up with and start a family.
And I think the difference is just like the school, because again, I went to a college prep school, so the whole point of going to that school
was to prepare yourself for a career.
So
for college.
Yeah, for college.
The data you're suggesting that women are less interested in settling down, specific to Gen Z?
Well, you know what, Jack? The funny thing is, this was a conversation on the Drew Barrymore show. I'll quote that.
She's 50 now and on AARP and looking fabulous.
Yeah, she does look good. But because she's been single for a long time. She had Julia Fox on the show. They were talking about it. But actually, even on that show can be vapid sometimes. There was a very interesting reason why both of them said they were choosing to do this, and why they think the movement is kind of moving toward that for younger women to kind of stay single and do their own thing and not really center their life around finding a partner, man, whatever you want to say. What do you think that is? It's painfully simple.
Is it financial independence?
It is not. Jack, take one shot.
Lesbianism.
Lesbianism. No, that's not it. That's our hope, Jack. That's your hope there. No, you know what it is? It's so crazy. It's the fact that they can. Because in so many
there are means
for so many years culturally, women have been expected to find or search for a person to spend their life with, to find somebody to cleave to help them through their lives. Now women don't need that. They don't even look at it like that anymore. And before, also with this, if you didn't have a man and you were 40, 45 years old, you would get looked at culturally and socially like a totally different person. Like, why don't you have somebody? You know, where's your husband? Where's your boyfriend? Where's your fiance? But that's gone. Nobody really looks at it like that anymore. That's why they're saying they can, is because the pressure from society as a woman to find a man to be a part of isn't as great as it used to be.
Okay, but again, these are two celebrity women.
Yeah.
Their life experience is going to be vastly different because, that attitude still does very much exist of, oh, you never married.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that it doesn't. I'm just saying that what they're saying is the vibe is changing. Like, younger women don't really look at life like that anymore.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean,
the younger generations for sure.
Yeah, and it says it's more than what they call just a TikTok trend. And they say, what's behind this? The fact is, traditional marriage and motherhood is not generally a good deal for women pairing with men. If you think about it, your job as a woman, when you get married, you have those kids, it's hard for you to have a career then. It's hard for you to think about yourself because at that point, your entire career and existence is basically raising those kids, making sure that the household is taken care of, and supporting the man, your man who makes money. And that mentality is kind of waning.
Yeah, well, I mean, you came up with this statistic a couple of weeks ago that more women actually hold higher degrees.
Yeah, and they're marrying men who don't have degrees. And that switched because it used to be the exact opposite just a few years ago. So even in just the last decade or so, we've seen that number change to women who are highly educated now looking for men, or not looking for men, are willing to date women or men who don't have college educations. And that was not the case just a few years ago. This was also part of a study from associate professor of sociology at Tulane, who they interviewed for this story in Newsweek as well, which was pretty interesting. It says married women are less happy than single women. They're less happy than men married to wives. They sacrifice more of their economic security than men because they take on more of the responsibility of the household than men do.
Well, they found that the happiest people on the planet are unmarried women with no children.
Right. That's exactly what they're saying right here. It says American moms have an overall 71% average risk of ending up as their family's primary economic provider before their first child turns 18. So that's the new number we were talking about, where women are now forced to find men, I guess, basically that aren't college educated. Not forced to, but they're willing to accept that more than they were before.
Dare you say settle?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a weird word there?
Well, when you say they're forced to.
Well, that's why I changed it. Yeah, because it didn't sound right. Yeah. It's not forced to do that. I mean, but their options are different. And if you consider there's no cultural pressure to, quote, have a man, where's your man? I would think it makes it different.
Well, I think with the non-degree part is it just allows you to open your pool of potential partners because you're able to meet your financial and, other responsibilities. So that person that you were worried, oh, I don't know, can they help provide for the home? Now you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
So, and there's a lady on Instagram who's like, yeah, he doesn't have a college degree. Let me show you everything he can fix.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like when the end comes, I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to drink, where I'm going to live, what we're going to drive, because he can take care of that all.
And listen to how that's changed, though, because you consider how that conversation would have gone 30 years ago. Well, I'm going to find me a woman that can cook, can clean, right. Is funny. And that's the attributes are the same.
Oh, no, guys don't want women that are funny.
Oh, I do.
What?
We were told that for years. Don't be funny.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, my God.
Oh, bad advice.
That's a dream world scenario.
Yeah, someone with there's no sense of humor telling you that.
I know, really. The ladies will back me up. The ladies will back me up.
I love when my wife makes me laugh.
Oh, man, I do too,
but
man.
Back in the day, it was nope, because then you're going to steal the spotlight. You need to laugh at his jokes.
Oh.
That part you guys understood?
You don't show them. Yeah.
That part.
Oh, yeah, the fragile male ego. Yeah, it's no big secret.
Yeah, so that was, don't be funny. Don't be.
That allows us to understand the reasoning they're telling you not to be funny.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. It says a woman here in her late 20s, she goes, I've seen so many women, both in my life and beyond, go through the motions of marriage and motherhood without really questioning why they're doing it, what they really want in life. Because, again, a lot of women who grew up in a certain household have been classically conditioned. It's almost Pavlovian to, well, hey, when you go out there, you can get your degree, but...
Well,
you know,
it's not even just cultural; it's religious. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
well, culture is in and of itself outside of the religion. Of course, they can flavor each other, but this idea of, I mean, our parents' generation, there was no choice.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like the fact is, it was automatic. You had to do it,
right? So, but no, I thought you meant that that's just what everyone's goal was at the time, whereas you just didn't have the opportunity to have a different goal. As soon as you got married, within 3 to 6 months, the family was expecting an announcement.
Well, look, man, you're 100% right. But I mean, this was in my hometown. This was like parents were talking to their kids about this like in high school. Like, I know for a fact, 100%, that a few of my friends from high school who were girls, their parents, their mother specifically, would start talking to them about how to attract a man when they were in 10th and 11th grade. Like preparing them after they graduated to do the things properly to attract a good quality man.
That's so old, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, that's like I've mentioned before, the line from the Titanic, why send her to a university? She already has a fine fiance.
Guys, she says here, I'm not saying marriage and parenthood are inherently bad. I just want people to pause and ask themselves if those life choices are actually what they want, and you're not really just kind of living the life your parents had planned for you to live. And I think that was an issue for a while. That, girls, like their mom and dad's like, oh, I can't wait for you to have grandkids. I can't wait for us to do this and go to Easter and dress up. They were already making plans for what their daughter was going to do long before any of that ever happened, almost kind of setting a standard in that child's mind of what that mom or dad expected of them before they even get out of high school and start thinking about things like that. It was already kind of preset.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and it leads you to believe that that's the only life you really are destined for, is that. So what I'm trying to say with this story and what they're trying to say is that kind of shackle has broken now. And, parents maybe aren't doing that anymore. And even if they are, the kids are not going, or they're going, yeah, maybe. But, I have things I want to do as well. I want to travel. I want to get a degree. I want to start a company. I want to do something like that, because they're not really thinking about the marriage and childhood thing or parenthood thing as much as they used to.
Well, hopefully, if you are thinking about it, it's just something you can take with you in your life. It's not an either or.
Yeah, maybe so. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget, your 6 o'clock keyword is bills, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. We're going to take a little break, and I'll tell you where I was right sometimes.
What?
Occasionally I get it right. Occasionally. I'll tell you why next.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Slowdowns continue on I-4 for those in the Orlando area this afternoon. Traffic remains backed up heavily by the major attractions exits. Looking at accident activity right now, eastbound on the 408, where the left lane is blocked at the Conway Road exit. A crash reported eastbound on the Beach Line blocks the right lane just before the Greenway exit. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here to tell you about my friends over at FAS Exteriors. Been endorsing this company for quite a while. Here's why. They're very good. They never let me down. Everybody who hires these guys really gets not only great products, but incredible craftsmanship as well. They installed windows and doors in a couple of my houses here in Orlando and absolutely killed it. So many different styles of windows. And guys, that does matter. It does really enhance the way that your property looks and, of course, the way it feels inside. Their expert team of window and door installers made the entire project seamless from measurement all the way down to that final inspection, in which the county inspector was marveling at how good the installation was. And since 2005, FAS has certainly earned their spot in Orlando as the top-rated window and door experts. Upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. Visit FASWD.com and trust the leader in windows and doors.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
I'm Katie. I was in a bad car accident. I woke up in the hospital 6 weeks later. My husband called attorney Glenn Klotzman. I met with Glenn. He said he would take care of everything, just keep healing. I feel blessed he was there to help. I'm doing well. I'm so thankful Glenn Klotzman was there for us. The results he got for us were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com. Office Winter Park.
Visit Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa today to sign up for Unity by Hard Rock, the global loyalty program unlike any other, designed to reward you for doing what you love. New members receive a limited edition Seminole Hard Rock Tampa t-shirt and can play up to $200 on us. Slots, tables, stays, dining. Get rewarded for your experience. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Your oasis awaits at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Now at Verizon, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on my plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's our best price ever on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees, guaranteed for 3 years. Because at Verizon, we got you. Visit your local Orlando Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
It's tax season, and your refund just found a new home, the saddle of a pre-owned Harley. Space Coast Harley-Davidson is rolling out the IRS Inventory Reduction Sale. Pre-owned bikes priced to move, some at 50% below original MSRP, and many still have the remainder of factory warranty. Don't let your refund sit. Put it towards 2 wheels and pure freedom. Shop now at SpaceCoastHarleyDavidson.com and lock in your ride before these bikes disappear.
We're not even going to pretend. This is a straight-up bribe. We're talking $1,000 in your hand. Use the cash to pay off that credit card you forgot about. Take a trip. Or buy some indica-dominant hybrid known for its body-numbing effects. Because weed is legal in Florida, right? Anyway, bottom line, we want you to listen to Real Radio, and you want money. So here's the deal. 13 keywords a day. Enter them at realradio.fm, and here is the important part. Answer your phone if we call. We're shameless. You're broke. Let's do this. This national contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Packing bags, grabbing snacks, and making sure you didn't forget that one stuffed animal they can't sleep without.
Mom!
Getting ready for a holiday road trip is a lot, but one thing that's easy, the music. Thanks to the free iHeartRadio app. Listen to family-approved stations with today's pop music, like Hit Nation Jr. Carefully curated and safe playlists like Disney hits and podcasts where you and the kids can learn something new. Open the iHeartRadio app, search family, and find your family's next preset now.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese. Radio.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Afternoon, Colbert crew. Hey, forgive me if you guys mentioned this, but congratulations on Lee Corso on his retirement. 38 years at ESPN and almost 90 years old, and still had the mind to do it, but the body just kind of, wear out on him. But an absolute legend. Gonna be missed, Lee.
I agree.
So I love Popeye's chicken. I go for the chicken, but I leave because they're rude. The only thing that kind of sucks, though, is you have to wait to leave because of how slow they are.
Jimmy, Jack is right. Jimmy, Jack has the right idea. Jimmy, you're wrong. Jack is right.
Okay.
Jimmy, Jack has the better idea than you do.
There you go.
Good evening, Colbert crew. This is B from the land of cruise ships and peacocks. First off, Deb, your graduating class was way after Jimmy's graduating class. Now, the real reason here, talking about chicken. We had this place called Famous Recipe on Merritt Island that would give you a bucket of gizzards for $2.75 with your fried chicken legs. That was some good chicken.
Jimmy, Jack is right.
Do you think maybe the flip in more women having higher degrees than their husbands has to do with the recent push in the trades? More guys are seeking blue collar and less degree work? Just a thought.
Jimmy, Jack is right.
Growing up, my grandmother always told me that I would never find a man if I didn't learn how to cook. Still not a very good cook. 3 pretty major relationships in my life. All 3 of those have been cooked for me. Forcing or telling me that I had to learn how to cook in order to be a valuable partner actually made me rebel more against being womanly.
Jimmy, Jack has the right idea.
Yeah, we understand, buddy.
Jimmy, you're wrong. Jack is right.
Yep. Let's go.
Jimmy.
All right, buddy, that's enough
Jack
of that. God
has the
damn,
better
man.
idea
Jesus
than you
Christ,
do.
dude. Enough. Jesus, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Your 6 o'clock keyword is bills, B-I-L-L-S. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Bills will do it. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win for sure. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Yes.
Apologies, I was having a coughing fit. I actually set the talkbacks to autoplay. What did I miss?
Yeah. So, interestingly, you guys remember me telling you about the cruise ships and how there was this, because Jack and I were talking about the whole thing with Labadee Haiti.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. How Royal Caribbean pulls up and they have a place where you would stop and it was in Haiti. They're like, you're going to Haiti. You're not going to Haiti. Yeah. You're going to a portion of Haiti that's been walled off by Royal Caribbean, and everything on that side of the wall of Haiti is delicious, wonderful beers and sun-drenched beaches and zip lines and all kinds of fun stuff. On the other side of those walls is hell. Inherent, absolute human hell. And I told a story about, we've been there twice, actually, because I was on a cruise that stopped there twice. And the one time that we were going up to ride the zip line, we got to the gate that goes, because you have to leave the resort to go up this mountain that has the zip line. So you leave the resort, you leave the confines of that to go up the mountain and then come down, right? So we go up to the gate, and as we're about to go up to the gate, we noticed there were a lot of young Haitian men sitting on the other side of the gate. And we paused there for a minute. You got to remember, we're all in our gear because you get geared up before you even go up there. That way you just walk up the stairs, hook yourself up, and then off you go, right? And they're like, hey, we had a washout on the bridge up there, so we're not going to be able to provide the zip line today. Now, you got to remember, we'd already been through the training class. We'd already been through all that stuff. So,
bummer.
Obviously, it wasn't a bridge washout. And what it was is we'd heard the rumors that is when you left the gates that they were trying to charge you this fee, this like a toll or some sort that would get you up the mountain safely. And they couldn't guarantee your safety if they didn't get their fee. And of course, Royal Caribbean wasn't going to pay every 5 minutes to send a trolley of people up there $100. So they just basically shut it down, and they refunded everybody their money, which is expensive, by the way. Royal Caribbean announced yesterday that they are not stopping at Labadee Haiti anymore. They're not going there anymore. It's a little too violent. It's a little too shaky, and they are not making that stop anymore, which is wild because they got a lot of money invested into that spot.
They did, but yeah, you can't blame them when the rest of the country is just deteriorating into chaos.
Yeah, you can't do that at all. And I see the port here. It's kind of wild. But yeah, they said they're suspending its visit to their private destination in Haiti amid ongoing violence in the country. It says out of an abundance of caution.
Yeah.
That's when you know somebody's serious in the corporate world. It says we have temporarily paused our upcoming visits to Labadee. We have directly communicated with guests directly, so they don't have any problems. And there you go. The safety concerns are a little too overwhelming when it comes to Labadee. Anything up there can happen. It's lawless in Haiti right now.
That fee sounds a little bit like what, someone might walk into a small business and say, listen, we want to protect you from the thugs in this neighborhood, but you're just going to have to pay us.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, I heard that when you travel down to Mexico, if you were to drive into Mexico, that it was pretty common that you'd go down there and you'd park your car, because of course you can drive in there. You'd park your car, and immediately, if they knew you were from the U.S., which is really obvious, that they would run up and go, hey, sir, $5 to watch your car, $5 to watch your car. And what they wouldn't tell you is, if you don't give me that $5, I'm going to kick your mirrors off.
Right.
I'm going to cut your tires. I'm going to scratch your car up. And you'd pay them that $5 as quickly as you could, because that was just kind of how they were doing it.
Yeah.
Like mob money.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to see here.
No, nothing to see here. Did you guys hear that? Do you guys like Red Robin?
Red Robin.
Never eaten there.
Never had a Red Robin?
Nope.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
I've been there one time, maybe once or twice. It's okay. They try to they bill it as like a gourmet burger kind of thing, because there are a lot of different burgers you can do and choose.
Right.
They have announced a full-on burger, like bottomless burger card. A bottomless burger pass for just $20. Customers who purchase the pass will receive a black and gold card in an email that earns them the right to a burger and a bottomless side of fries every day for the month of May.
Wow.
Red Robin near me.
I don't think there aren't many, dude. I think there's only maybe like 2 or 3 in town.
Sanford, Orlando.
Yeah. I think there's only, And I don't even know where the one in Sanford is, to be honest with you.
Or the ones in Orlando. I can't even picture where they're located.
Actually, I think the one in Sanford is out by the Sanford Mall, and one of those, I believe, is down on I Drive. I'm not sure where the others are. But if you pay that $20, you can receive the black and gold card. That'll get you the right to a burger and a bottomless side of fries every single day for the month of May, which is National Burger Month, and I did not know that. They go on sale April 17th. That's today. They did it at 9 this morning.
I'll bet you they got a lot of action on that.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good deal.
That's a great deal.
$20 for that? And their burgers are giant.
I mean, a free burger every day for the month of May, even if you don't eat it.
And I think they have those weird, so they look like steak fries, but they're not steak fries, and they're crispy. If I remember, their fries are actually pretty good.
Okay, good, because I'm not a fan of the potato wedge.
I'm not a fan of the wedge either. I think that's the worst potato product.
I do too.
Steak fries and wedges are the worst potato products.
Yes, give me crinkle. I'll even take
shoelace.
I don't mind a good shoelace. Thank you, Steak and Shake.
Not even that much though. It doesn't have to be that thin though.
No.
Ore-Ida makes one in a bag that you can get, and you can throw in your air fryer, and they're damn good.
Yeah. But the curly fries.
And the menu includes, by the way, you can get the backyard barbecue pork burger, the backyard barbecue pork nachos, peach berry freckled lemonade, all kinds of stuff comes with that thing, man. That's great.
That is a great deal.
You got a Red Robin just north of the airport, like as you approach Orlando International Airport. The restaurant's right there, right?
I know exactly where it is now. Yeah.
You got one on I Drive near Sand Lake.
Yeah.
And then the Sanford one is on Reinhardt by WP Ball across from the Walmart Supercenter.
Yeah. And they're saying that that Red Robin has steak fries, and they are shaped like steak fries, but they're not that same size, so they don't have that cakey inside.
Yeah.
That's the problem with them.
Yep.
And they're filled with sprinkles and love.
No.
Oh, I was like sprinkles.
I'll tell you what, though, they do have a cool fry shake. Like not a shake, like a milkshake.
Oh,
they're spiced. They have a seasoning that goes on their fries. That's damn good.
I really thought that was.
I did too.
I
was like, all right, that's a collab I don't need.
Totally disgusting.
But I'll try it.
And then more food news. McDonald's is announcing a comeback or something they're bringing back.
Shamrock Shake.
And there's no question for the record. There is zero question for the record that this was an employee-created product when an employee at McDonald's was probably pretty stoned. and then it turned into a product. And I bet there are tons of products out there in fast food restaurants that this definitely is the case. This definitely is one of those, dude, I bet if we did this, it would be great scenarios at McDonald's, and it turned into a product.
The McFlurry's still there.
Yeah, the McFlurry's still there.
The Big Mac.
It's not the it's not the rib or anything like that.
They take the McRib in a McFlurry.
And the funny thing is
the McRib McFlurry.
I did not even know that they took this off the menu. I thought this was kind of there the entire time. It's the snack wrap.
I'm not familiar with that.
So check this out. I love this, right? It's a chicken finger in a tortilla.
Oh, yeah.
It's a chicken finger in a tortilla, and all they do is just put like lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, or whatever in there, and they just decorate it up. That is definitely a high food, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a food where you're in the kitchen. What do I have left? Leftover chicken fingers, and we have some tortillas, and we have some old lettuce.
No, that's when Jack and I just eat the old chicken finger and just figure out what to do with the tortillas later.
Yeah, it'll be back in 2025, so it has a cult following. He said they got so many emails about this product that they decided to bring it back.
I'll bet you it's because it's also it's quick, it's cheap.
That's exactly what it is. It is quick and cheap. My son eats these things when they were around. That's his standard order was 2 snack wraps from McDonald's and a small Coke. That's what he would get every single time.
And there's a lot of people out there who just want to be able to pull into McDonald's, get a quick snack, and be on with the rest of their day.
I will tell you, man, when you look at the snack wrap and what it is, man, if you were to just you could hack this. Like for a dinner for your kids, just go to Publix and get some chicken fingers. Who doesn't have like a pack of tortillas laying around? And then make
this
a
is
bar.
The part we love you the best.
I'm serious.
Deb, question. Jim, do you think Deb has a pack of tortillas in her home right now?
Oh, sorry. I was having a coughing attack.
Deb is a different human being.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, she's a different person.
Do you think I have a pack of tortillas in my home right now?
Yeah, I would think that you probably do.
Damn straight I did.
Yeah.
I had burritos for lunch today.
Yeah,
my wife wrapped them up, and I took them to work, heated them up here.
That's why he has tortillas.
Yeah.
Because his wife went and bought them for him.
I bet Deb's
You know what
fridge,
she's doing now? Making dinner.
Deb's fridge looks like a work fridge. It's like water, leftover packs of mayonnaise.
Beer.
Oh,
beer.
no, it's basically definitely a glorified cooler.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? No food in there at all?
Oh, no, there's some food.
When's the last time you cooked?
Oh, Lord, I can't remember.
One person in a relationship has to be the cook.
Well, Chris doesn't cook, does he?
No, and if you've ever seen him operate a knife, you would never allow him to work a knife.
Really?
It was terrifying.
It's horrifying.
I have asked him to never, ever let me see him mince.
It's not enough to force you to cook, though.
It is, but you guys, it's the same reason. And you shut up. You get home and the meal has already been cooked. I'm tired of your ass.
No joke.
And for you, I'm not getting home at 8 o'clock at night, pulling out the pots and pans. I don't enjoy. I remember cooking, watching my mom come home after a 14-hour day, walk in from the garage, get out of her 3-inch heels, and walk straight to the stove and start cooking because her husband and her 2 kids were sitting there going, "What's for dinner?"
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of. It's a chore.
Dad,
It's a chore.
You're like me. We don't see enjoyment in that.
Well,
this fool says, I
yeah.
like to cook.
I used to like to. Chris is a very picky eater, so cooking can be sometimes a challenge.
Okay.
So
He's a steak and taters guy?
very much. I mean, he's born and raised in DeBerry.
Yeah,
He's just like you. He likes his fried okra. He likes his smothered steak. I mean, so and we don't want to eat that at 8:30 at night.
Says who? Man, I made chicken and beans and rice last night when I came home from trivia.
Well, then why the hell didn't you bring any in for lunch today? What's your problem?
You ate dinner at 10 o'clock at night.
10:30 at night.
10:30. But yeah, you started cooking at 10. You ate at 10:30.
10:30 at night. It was great. I have
That's
leftovers.
not good.
I'm going
That's
to eat
not
again
good
tonight.
for
That's bad
you.
for you.
You're wrong. It's great.
No, your body can't
I feel
repair
better because of
itself.
it. I feel better.
You don't
I feel
understand.
stronger.
When you're in the hospital, we have to do more work. Deb as the host. I have to find guest hosts.
Dude, I'm going to tell you.
It's more work.
Yeah, I am doing a snack wrap bar. My kids are coming over for movie night Sunday.
Right.
I'm doing a snack wrap bar. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the tortillas. We're going to get chicken strips from somewhere, probably Publix or whatever, and I'm going to set them up with the air fryer. Here's what you do, right? You put your chicken strip on your tortilla. You sprinkle it with cheese and all this stuff. Throw it in the air fryer for a few minutes so you can do the cheese, and then you have a bar of like fresh jalapenos. You have chopped tomato. You have lettuce. You have some condiments in there. Maybe you do a cordon bleu where it's Swiss cheese and ham, and then your chicken finger. Dude, the options are endless.
Can I take your order? Yeah, I'd like 2 snack wraps, please. That'll be $3.99 first window. Done. Boom.
You, sir, just described my Easter dinner menu.
I don't exactly know how much they are. They're a couple bucks, I think, right? Maybe $1.50. I'm just looking. It doesn't say here. No, it doesn't say here.
What is it, 1984?
No, but I mean, it's like one chicken strip and a tortilla.
Yeah.
My God. Probably a couple bucks. Yeah, 1.4 million viewers when they put this tweet out that said it's coming back. Man, they emitted 12,000 likes.
Bet. And probably half of those were from your son.
Man, how many other people get to do that in the food business? That they have two products now that are like that.
The McRib?
Yeah, the McRib and this thing. And they don't have any. Taco Bell does this occasionally, right? When they bring, what's that thing they bring back, Jack?
Well, they
occasionally?
brought back the Mexican pizza.
Mexican pizza.
Which is my favorite.
Isn't there another one, though? Don't they have a thing called like a...
chalupa?
Yeah, is it a chalupa?
Gordito? I don't know.
Yeah. They bring it back. Popeyes doesn't do any of this. Like, nobody does stuff like this. Only McDonald's can do it.
And Disney.
What Disney do?
They bring... They make stuff go away so they can bring it back.
Like their movies.
It's just
goes in the vault.
A technique. It goes in the vault. It's in the Disney vault until it comes out. So, we got to get it before it goes in the vault. Oh, it's out of the vault. Let's get it. Same thing. It's the same thing with the McRib and those damn news junkie magnets. It's all the same. We take them away. Oh, now they're out again.
Yeah.
Get them while you can.
Man, I was at Halloween Horror Nights last year, Halloween Horror Nights, and got a turkey leg, and I'll never do it again. That you ever had something that when you eat it, you're like, okay, that ruined me for that. I ate that turkey leg at that theme park, and it ruined me for him. I'll never eat another turkey leg in my life.
Why?
It was a really odd experience.
What, walking around gnawing?
Yeah, exactly. Just walking around on a baseball bat sized thing of food and just like gnawing on it in the general public. It was the weirdest thing ever,
The
dude.
aesthetics. It wasn't the quality of the food.
It was weird. The food, I mean, look, it's a smoked turkey leg. You almost can't lose with it, right? But for some reason, when I started eating it, I looked down at it, and it's Halloween Horror Nights. I'm like, not doing that anymore. It did not hit. That did not hit. I got this look on my face like this. Like, what is that? I don't like that. I spent like $18 on it.
Oh my gosh!
It's got all those stuff hanging out of it, all those little bones and whatnot. I ate that.
Ew.
God.
I love the visual.
Oh.
You're walking by and you just see your reflection and you're like,
and I'm just,
oh my God.
I felt like a zombie. I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, this is not good.
You looked like a zombie.
I probably did. All right.
Zombie.
Bills is your 6 o'clock keyword. That's BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Got some, you heard it here first for us, young lady?
Yeah, we're going to do an update on the shooting at Florida State University. Governor Ron DeSantis offers prayers, and a homeless man wins $1 million on a scratch-off ticket. We'll talk about that more coming up next during You Heard It Here First.
You got it. All right, we'll take a little break. Come back to You Heard It Here First and get the hell out of here on a Thursday.
Jimmy, Jack is right.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. Crystal clear skies on tap, temperatures dipping down into the upper 50s and low 60s. And as we wrap up the work week, the forecast for your Friday, starting off chilly. You may need that light jacket as you're headed out the door, but you won't need it by the afternoon. Highs reaching the mid 80s. And as we take a look ahead towards Easter weekend, Saturday, temperatures once again throughout the mid 80s with sunny skies, turning up the heat even more for Easter Sunday. From the Fox 35 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to help pros save. With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards program, get exclusive member-only deals and volume discounts on eligible orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change.
Hey, man, Jim and Colbert here for my friends over at the Nickley Group. You know, the real estate market trends are a really, really local thing. And what that means is this. Your home in Central Florida is going to be way different than your home in, let's say, Middle Ohio. It's just not the same. We're in like a bubble here in Central Florida. Our prices and homes are still selling for max value. And at the Nickley Group, they know how to take care of your biggest asset. And if you're a buyer out there, for one thing, you'll never find anybody in Orlando that knows this market better than the Nickley Group. Not at all. So if you're looking for a house in a certain area, a certain price range, or with something specific or unique, these guys can find it for you. If you're a seller out there, I got good news for you. You've chosen the right team with the Nickley Group. On average, these guys get 6% more for your property than their competitors. That alone should do it. But then they get that money twice as fast as their competitors. And their VIP program is no joke either. Free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving truck and supplies, and you can even get a full-blown guaranteed cash offer right there on their website. That means no showings, no open houses. You don't deal with any of that stuff, and you can close that deal in as little as 14 days. Look, man, when you want the best of the best, that's what these guys are. They're just nobody in town that compares with what they can do for you as a seller or a buyer in real estate. Look them up now. It's thenickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Spring is here. The perfect season to give your aging roof the attention it deserves. Florida's highest rated roofer is here to help. Experience the Janney difference and save up to $2,000 this season. Join a community of thousands of happy homeowners.
To go ahead and do it right the first time so that you don't have to hire another company to fix what the company should have done right. And I feel like that's Janney Roofing.
Get started at JannyRoofing.com.
Offer only applies on full roof replacement and expires May 31st, 2025.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
TK Law wants to remind us to look ahead, so we'll look ahead tomorrow, Friday edition of the Monsters in the Morning. Comedian Nick Swartzen will be on the Monsters. You can check him out tomorrow on a Friday edition of the Monsters. Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com. Also, tomorrow at 3, the rest of the clues for the Searcher Race-Off. Don't miss it.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
When tomorrow's final clue comes out for the JCS Search Your Ace Off contest, I will be in the bathroom. I was told it was going to be an information dump.
Still on par.
Yeah. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert
Just
Show.
a heads up on that. Yep, guy. The way he got started, he got a DUI, and he had to work at Goodwill to work his community service hours off, and that's where he saw the money was being made. Have a great day. Berea, Kentucky, checking in.
Interesting.
Wow.
I never knew that. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool that he got a DUI, but it's interesting that he had to do his public service at a Goodwill and then found out that people were making money because they were buying stuff at dirt cheap prices and then reselling it. Can't do that anymore at Goodwill.
So we're talking about snack wraps. Burger King.
Yeah.
People sleep on Burger King. They have something similar, but the chicken is way bigger. It's like half a chicken breast in there. And if you have the app, you get it pretty damn cheap. Pretty good deals on there.
Yeah, man.
Again, you need the app to get the deals, Jimmy.
Yep. I'll figure it out one day.
Hey, guys, happy day. While we're talking about things that need to come back to the menu, is Taco Bell, way back in the 90s, had a bacon cheeseburger burrito.
Oh.
It was fantastic. My favorite thing on the menu. And I'm actually part of a Facebook group lobbying to get that thing brought back. It was so damn good. Look it up. The pictures look amazing. You can almost taste it through the picture.
I love that passion, buddy.
Same here.
Man, if you get
Preach on.
if you're part of a Facebook group for Taco Bell food, solid. That's good work.
So I have another source who reached out to me and just gave me this information. And Jimmy, I want to know if you can validate this or tell me why. If you buy olive oil, it needs to come in glass, not plastic.
Look, man,
Or metal.
So I've heard a number of things. I buy mine. It doesn't last long for me, so I buy it in plastic. I don't care. I buy whatever's on sale. You know, I have a very good bottle of olive oil that I use for like just eating with bread or salad dressings, and then all the other olive oil I use to saute. I'm not that freaked out about it. And I do have a little thing of the Greenwise Publix olive oil that comes in like the little moonshine bottle.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Little
Can barely get your finger in the hole. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Bills is your 6 o'clock keyword. You only get about 5 minutes, guys, to get over and try to send that one off. And, of course, Tom and Dan will have another one for you here in just a few minutes. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah, he is.
Let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, updating again on today's breaking story. Once again, 2 people have died. 6 are hurt after a shooting at Florida State University. The FSU police chief says the gunman is a current student at the school.
The shooter has also been transported to a local hospital. The 2 deceased are not students. The shooter is believed to be a current FSU student.
It happened near a crowded student union during lunchtime on the Tallahassee campus. Leon County Sheriff Walter McNeil says the 20-year-old shooter is the son of an 18-year veteran sheriff's deputy and had access to one of her weapons. McNeil called this a tragic day. There are multiple crime scenes. This is considered still an ongoing investigation, another almost 7 hours after the initial happening. And I wanted to bring up that Joshua Gallagher, who happened to be a survivor of the 2018 Valentine's Day massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, is a student at FSU and was there today during the fatal shooting.
Good Lord.
damn.
Man, oh, man.
Just-
Recurring trauma, anybody?
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Meanwhile, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is offering his support following today's mass shooting. The governor took to X to write, quote, "Our prayers are with our FSU family." He went on to say state law enforcement is actively responding, end quote. The last time there was an active shooter at FSU was in November of 2014 when a man opened fire in the library and was quickly shot by a string of bullets. 3 people were injured in that shooting. And then finally, a little bit of good news. A homeless man who'd been living on the streets of San Luis Obispo, California, will soon be $1 million richer thanks to a scratcher lottery ticket. But that's not where the good story ends. An employee at the convenience store where the lucky ticket was sold said the man, a regular there, thought he'd struck it rich with a $100,000 win and had to be told the real amount. That same employee says he drove the man to Fresno for the next day to start the process of cashing in on the ticket. Okay, fine. So he's expecting a reward.
Oh,
but
yeah,
either
sure
way,
he is for sure.
A California lottery spokesperson says it could take from a few weeks to a couple of months for the prize to be awarded, but at least that's one person who doesn't have to worry about where they're going to sleep the next night.
Well, at least for a while, yeah. I mean, do you wonder how that's going to be spent? Do you care how that's going to be spent? Doesn't matter, right?
I'm sure it's probably not going to be spent wisely. I mean, most lottery winners don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sad truth about the lottery.
Yeah.
You get all that money, and still before the end of your life, you could end up broke.
God, I can't wait to disprove that.
Yeah, me either.
Either way, you heard it here
Yeah.
first on the Jim Colbert
Yeah,
Show.
Lord, give me a shot. I'll show you just how irresponsible/responsible I can be, for sure. Thanks, we appreciate that. Debbie, got a Jack question of the day?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go to the videotape.
Oh, hold on for a second. Who do we have to thank today? My apologies.
We want to thank Danny Meyering with Orlando Date Night Guide. In case you missed her recommendations for this Easter weekend, you can find the podcast at The Jim Colbert Show. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Thank you, guys. Now, Jack, question of the day.
Are you stocking up on anything because of tariff concerns? Change your spending habits.
That was a...
You mentioned the story how about there was actually increased spending in the month of March over concerns that people don't know what's coming.
Yeah, people stocking up on paper goods and stuff they think are going to get expensive. Stocking up on coffee, chocolate, other things that may incur tariffs that could increase their prices heavily.
I mean, Shein and Temu are saying next month, get ready to pay more.
That's
so
right.
if you liked all that cheap junk.
Yeah. I mean, we know this is just dumb stuff, but people are preparing. That's it.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably a relatively low percentage. I'll go 20%.
Not bad.
18%. Yeah. So nobody really cares. They think it's going to be fine. And I mean, it probably is going to be fine. And I don't know that people really do that in America, right? Not unless it's if it was COVID, they would do it because we saw that during COVID, but I don't think this.
Cheap clothing is a problem. This maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah.
If things are more expensive.
Yeah.
Cheap clothing is a problem.
Yeah, that fast fashion is a problem for sure.
It's clogging up the world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The waste.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll do Sinker Sale. We'll do Embers Only. We have Primetime Kitchen with Fayez Carr. We'll abduct him again.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
kidnapping.
And then prizes. It'll be Pick the Porn tomorrow.
And not only that, your final clue
That's right.
for Search Your Ace Off, it is going to be an information dump. We could have a finder before the end of the show.
I'm not kidding.
I doubt it.
It could happen, but
I doubt
prepare
it.
yourself accordingly tomorrow. Be in Orlando when these things drop so you can start searching immediately.
Yeah, wait at the border.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
I would like to see hand in hand people surrounding the city of Orlando at 3 o'clock listening to us on the iHeartRadio app with us as their number one preset.
I was going to say that, of course.
On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Thursday evening.
See you Friday. Bye.
It's the damn dentures, y'all.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlights